Good afternoon, everybody. This is Joe Garagiola, along with George Kell, welcoming you to Candlestick Park in San Francisco and the second game of the 1962 World Series, brought to you by
the Gillette Safety Razor Company, maker of the new Gillette Slim Adjustable Razor. Remarkable super blue blades that give all but unbelievable shaving comfort. Foamy, the cream of all instant lathers. And Right Guard, the new flower spray deodorant for men.
And by Chrysler Corporation, where quality is engineered into every car. Maker of Plymouth, Valiant, Chrysler, Imperial, Dodge, Dodge Dart, and Dodge Trucks.
For your listening pleasure, Gillette and Chrysler will also bring exclusively on NBC Radio the 1963 Rose Bowl game. In this way, these great companies wish to thank you for your support. Yes, sir, exclusively on NBC Radio, Gillette and Chrysler will also bring you the 1963 Rose Bowl game. A great way these great companies wish to thank you for your support. And today, it's the second game of the 1962 World Series. Two right-handers, Jack Sanford, who has won 24 and lost 7. Sanford is the choice of manager Alvin Dark. Jack is warming up the right of home plate. And Ralph Terry, who has won 23 and lost 12. Terry warming up for the New York Yankees. A beautiful day for baseball here at Candlestick. Temperature at game time, 61 degrees. It's a high sky once again, so we'll look for the glasses and the infielders to be really battling these pop flies. Sanford against Terry. Now, this broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Commissioner of Baseball solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. And any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the Commissioner is prohibited. Ralph Terry, a determined young man as he warms up, and he makes no bones about it. Terry says, I've never won a World Series game, and I want to win one. And you just can't be any more honest about it or any more straightforward than a young Mr. Ralph Terry. Terry, as far as his stuff, and you can talk to the older fellas, pitching coach Johnny Sane, manager Ralph Houck, Jim Hegan, Wally Moses, Whitey Ford, any of them, and they'll say that Ralph Terry this year became a pitcher. Up until this year, he was pretty much a thrower. He relies on a slow curveball, a curveball with great rotation. It's a tough ball to get under. He throws a slider, and according to both his catchers, Elston Howard and Yogi Berra, he's got all the equipment. Yogi Berra, by the way, will be in the lineup along with Dale Long. Injuries to Elston Howard, a bit of a sprained wrist that Howard suffered in sliding into Ed Bailey in yesterday's ball game. Brought Yogi Berra into the lineup, and Dale Long has replaced Moose Scarron, who's out with a bad back. Ralph Terry has had a great year for the Yankees, 23 and 12. And, of course, the negative statistic that is brought up, and I think it's a ridiculous statistic, is the gopher ball, where they say this fellow's given up so many home runs. The reason that I don't particularly lean on it, from past experience, give me the pitcher who's around the plate, who doesn't walk many, and they're going to hit home runs off him. You look at the gopher ball statistics, and you're going to find great pitchers in that list. You're going to find a fellow like Robin Roberts, and nobody will deny how great he is. A Ralph Terry, a Larry Jackson, a Carl Erskine. You're not going to hit home runs if you're getting a base on balls, and the fellow who gives up the base on balls is the fellow who gets beat. Ralph Terry, a fine pitcher for the Yankees this year, 23 and 12. And he's going against Jack Sanford, who this year, I guess the supreme compliment paid to him was by his manager, Alvin Dark, who when you ask Alvin, what's the big difference in Sanford? Because we knew him in the National League as a hard-throwing right-hander who, when he got in a jam, would rear back and fire that fastball. And Alvin says that it's a different Jack Sanford this year. It's a fellow who will not give in to the hitter. When he gets behind 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 balls and no strikes, it's no longer a match of Sanford's strength, which is his great fastball, against the hitter's strength. If he thinks that the hitter can be gotten by a breaking ball, he'll go to the breaking ball, in the jam, bases loaded or what have you. He's not afraid to throw something beside that fastball when he's behind the hitter. And that's been the big difference as far as Jack Sanford is concerned. He throws a slider, a good high-riding fastball. He'll get that fastball up and get it by you, and he's got a good curveball, which he relies on heavily. And, of course, as we just mentioned, the great confidence that only 20-game winners have. This fella believes that he can win. And you can say the same for Ralph Terry. The Yankees have made the two changes we mentioned. Berra will replace Howard, and Dale Long has replaced Muscara. And Alvin Dark has made some changes in his lineup. Both the Alou boys, Philippe Alou and Matty Alou, will be in the lineup. Matty Alou will be replacing Harvey Keene in left field. And big Willie McCovey will be at first base today. McCovey, a powerful left-hand hitter, will be going against a right-handed pitcher, Ralph Terry. And behind the plate, we've got a change in Tom Haller will be replacing Ed Bailey, who worked the ball game yesterday. Haller and Sanford, the batteries for the San Francisco Giants, and for the Yankees, it'll be Ralph Terry and Yogi Berra. You know, the big talk around the batting cage today, and it was interesting to get the reaction of the San Francisco Giants. And most of them felt that the playoffs and the battle that they had to get into the World Series really took something away from them as far as the first game is concerned. Harvey Keene puts it to where he says, no matter how hard you tried to get up for the ball game yesterday, you just couldn't do it. You couldn't get the maximum effort after the last 4 or 5 days that we've had. Orlando Cepeda says, well, today we lose, but tomorrow we get back in the groove. He was talking about today. But it'll be Ralph Terry who'll be trying to stop these San Francisco Giants, and it'll be Jack Sanford who'll be pitching for the San Francisco Giants. Well, the bullpen crew is headed towards the left field corner for the Giants. They're going to get out early. The ground crew is working on the infield. And, George, why do you always smile when you see a ground crew working around third base? You guys always like to see those bad hops get taken away from you.
I'm just watching them water the infield down, Joe. That makes it nice and soft, and you get those good hops, and they don't scoot by you fast. Well, Joe gave you the starting pitchers here this afternoon, and relief pitching could play a large part in this World Series yet. And the Yankees are lucky to have a strong relief staff with men like Daly, Coates, and Arroyo. And they're all Gillette men, too. Here's the way Bud Daly puts it.
So many of the ball players are Gillette users. How about you, Bud?
Count me in, too, Mel. You can't match the comfort of a Super Blue Blade, and man, is it fast.
Well, need I say that Bud is sold on Gillette Super Blue Blades, and so are millions of enthusiastic users everywhere. A unique and exclusive Gillette process gives them edges that are so keen, so smooth, you get clean shaves, quick shaves, with such little effort it's almost unbelievable. Super Blues are double-edged, too, so you get many extra shaves per blade. Why don't you enjoy the unparalleled comfort and refreshment of Super Blue Blades in the new Gillette Slim Adjustable Razor? It's lighter and longer for easier handling and better balance. It's more compact with a newly designed shaving head that gets right into those tricky, hard-to-reach areas under the nose and chin. Right now, you get both, the Slim Adjustable Razor and Super Blue Blades, plus a 79-cent can of Gillette Foamy Instant Lather, and you save 34 cents. It's the Gillette World Series Special, a $2.29 value for only $1.95.
The lineups for the Yankees, Tony Kubek will lead off at shortstop. Kubek, shortstop. Batting second, it's Bobby Richardson at second base. Richardson, second base. Batting third, it's the left fielder, Tom Tresh. Tresh in left field. Batting fourth, it's the center fielder, Mickey Mantle. Mantle in center field. Batting fifth, the right fielder, Roger Maris. Maris in right field. Batting sixth, the catcher, Yogi Berra. Berra, the catcher. Batting seventh, the first baseman, Dale Long. Long at first base. Batting eighth, the third baseman, Cletus Boyer. Boyer, third base. And batting ninth, the pitcher, Ralph Terry. Terry, the pitcher, bats ninth. He's won 23. He's lost 12. For the San Francisco Giants, Chuck Hiller at second base. Hiller, second base. Batting second, the right fielder, Philippe Alou. A-L-O-U. Philippe Alou in right field. Batting third, it's Matty Alou. Matty Alou in left field. Batting fourth, the center fielder, Willie Mays. Mays in center field. Batting fifth, McCovey. M-C, capital C-O-V-E-Y. McCovey at first base. Batting sixth, it's the catcher, Tom Haller. Haller, Haller, the catcher. And batting seventh, it's Jim Davenport, the third baseman. Davenport at third base. Batting eighth, it's Jose Pagan. Pagan at shortstop. And batting ninth, it's Jack Sanford, the pitcher. Sanford has won 24, and he has lost 7. Sanford against Terry, the second game of the 1962 World Series. The umpires have just come out. They've gathered around home plate along with Coach Whitey Lockman of the San Francisco Giants and manager Ralph Houck of the New York Yankees. Yesterday's ball game, the Yankees behind Whitey Ford 6-2. You talk about a turning point in yesterday's ball game, and manager Alvin Dark of the Giants, like the real professional that he is, says the turning point in yesterday's ball game was Whitey Ford. Whitey, a tremendous pitcher out here, and it was a 6-2 victory for the Yankees. Orlando Cepeda is being rested today. Reason given is that he seems to be just weary and tired. Big first baseman and outfielder for the Giants, has played some 260 games of baseball this year. Of course, we're talking about Winter League activity. So today it'll be Willie McCovey. And then McCovey has been some hitter for these San Francisco Giants this year. 20 home runs, 54 runs batted in, hitting .293 in 91 games. And now, ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem. So with the playing of the national anthem, it's play ball here at Candlestick Park. There go the Giants on the field. The wind is blowing from the left field corner towards the right field corner. Terry against Sanford. The stage is being set. So let's pause right now, 10 seconds for station identification.
Are you mixing with the best? Saratoga Vichy with the yellow label. It outsells all the rest.
WGY Schenectady.
The Giant ball players, as they took their positions, both the infielders, the outfielders, looking towards the sky, adjusting the sunglasses. It's a high sky, as we mentioned. There are no clouds. And when there are no clouds in that sky, you can look for just a little bit of a battle on the pop flies. The wind is blowing from the left field corner towards the right field corner, and they'll be shading towards right center field and the right field line. Whitey Ford said he had trouble breaking his curveball because he had to break it into the wind. He expects that the right-handers love to pitch in his ballpark because the wind blowing from left to right will help the right-handed pitcher's curveball. So we'll soon see. We've got two good ones out there this afternoon. Jack Sanford for the San Francisco Giants, Ralph Terry for the New York Yankees, and George Kell. The second game of the 1962 World Series is about to begin, and it looks like it's going to be a dandy just hanging around that batting cage. Listen to those fellas talk.
Absolutely, Joe, and it's another fine baseball afternoon here in San Francisco, just as yesterday, and it might be a little bit warmer here today. Bright, sunshiny afternoon and another high sky, which will give the infielders and the outfielders a bit of trouble on those high fly balls. And another capacity turnout here at Candlestick Park as they are jamming their way into this stadium and still coming in for the second game of this 1962 World Series. And in case somebody don't know it, the Yankees won yesterday by a score of 6-2 behind the brilliant pitching of Whitey Ford. And today, they'll send their young right-hander Ralph Terry to the mound to try to make it 2 straight. Terry won 23 and lost 12 this year. And his mound opponent will be Jack Sanford, who's warming up right now. Jack won 24 and lost 7. Sanford has pitched 3 times in the last 6 days, and we were talking to Jack before the ball game today. He has been bothered with a bad cold for the past 2 weeks, and he said it might be even worse today instead of better, but he said in a World Series, there's only one way to go, and that's all out, and he said, I'll go as far as I can, and then somebody will have to come get me if I need help. So we're ready to go. Tony Kubek stepping in to lead off. He'll be followed by Bobby Richardson, then Tommy Tresh. Kubek, a left-handed batter. Sanford gets ready, and here's the first pitch of the ball game. Strike. He got the fastball over. Tony had 2 hits and 5 trips to the plate yesterday. They were both singles. He's batting at .400 going into the second game of this series. A 1-strike count. Sanford into the windup. The pitch. Ball. It's down low. He got the fastball over, but too low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The wind is blowing a little bit harder today at the start of the game than it was yesterday, and is still blowing from the left field corner across to the right field corner. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A line drive, 2 hops to the second baseman. Hiller has it to throw to first. He's out. Kubek hit that one like a bullet. A low liner, 2 hops right into the glove of Hiller of second base. That'll bring up Bobby Richardson. Bobby's a little right-handed batter. This little fellow had 1 hit yesterday and 5 trips. That was a single in the first inning. Here's the first pitch. Ball. It's inside. 1 ball and no strikes to Bobby Richardson. Davenport at third base is about even with the bag, and McCovey is in about 3 steps from first base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A ground ball hit to the shortstop. Pagan has it. There's a throw to first. He's out. Bobby Richardson goes out, short to first. That's 2 down, and the batter will be Tom Tresh.
Jack Sanford, if he's got his good stuff, you should see a lot of ground balls because he should pitch down. In fact, that's one of the warning signs that the Giant coaches and the manager looks for. When Sanford starts to get sloppy leg action and starts to get the ball up, then they think he's tiring, and then they start getting that bullpen ready.
Tommy Tresh, a switch batter. He's batting left-handed against Sanford. Here's the first pitch. Ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Tresh had 2 hits yesterday and 5 trips, both singles. A lot of hitting on both sides out here in the first game yesterday. Yankees picked up 11 and the Giants 10. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ball outside. A ball, 2, and a no-strike count. Mickey Mantle is waiting in the on-deck circle. We're in the top of the first. There's 2 outs with no one on. Jack Sanford against Ralph Terry here today in the second game. Jack into the windup. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ball outside. 3-0 to Tresh. Sanford trying to catch the outside corner with a fastball is missed with 3 straight. Well, the crowd is still coming in here at Candlestick. Very few vacant seats in this ballpark. A perfect baseball afternoon. Here's a 3-0 pitch. Down low, he walked him. Tom Tresh walks on 4 straight pitches. It's a runner at first base with 2 outs, and the batter will be Mickey Mantle, the center fielder. Mickey's a switch batter, and he'll be batting left-handed against Sanford. Mantle is hitless so far in the series. 4 trips to the plate yesterday without a hit. The Giants move deep and around to the right for Mickey. Second baseman Hiller back on the edge of the outfield grass. McCovey, of course, holds against the runner at first base. Here's a quick throw to first. Tresh back in time.
If they don't Lou get any deeper in right field, George, he's going to need a reserve seat ticket to get back in.
He's about as deep as you can go, Joe, and pull far to the right. Of course, Mantle, strictly a pull hitter, and with a runner at first base, he'll be trying to pull something down the right field line. Sanford delivers. Down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Jack got the first 2 batters. Kubek bounced to the second baseman. Bobby Richardson bounced to the shortstop. Then Tommy Tresh drew a walk on 4 straight pitches. Now it's 1 ball, no strikes to Mantle. Sanford checks his runner. The pitch. Ball. It's up high. Fastball above the letters. A ball 2 and a no strike count. This is a big ball game for both clubs. If any one ball game could be big, the Giants almost certainly need a win in their own ballpark. They would hate to go back east behind 2-0. And the Yankees, of course, trying to wrap it up as quick as they can, would like to take a 2-0 lead into their home ballpark. Sanford taking a little time right now, looking into his catcher, Tom Haller. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Strike. He got the fastball over. A ball 2 and a strike 1 count. Giants have made a few changes in the lineup. They have Matty Alou in left field today. Tom Haller is doing the catching in place of Ed Bailey. And Willie McCovey is at first base in place of Orlando Cepeda. Jack Sanford, of course, the new pitcher. Now Sanford taking a little time, steps off the rubber. Jack working slowly with a runner at first and 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Down low. 3-1 to Mickey Mantle. Jack trying to hit the corners against these last 2 batters. Is not missing by much, but he is just off the corner, both to Tresh and to Mickey Mantle. Mickey's right down on the end of the bat, waiting. A ball 3 and a strike 1 count. Roger Maris is in the on-deck circle. Here's the pitch. He swings and pops it up behind shortstop. Jose Pagan going out on the grass in left field makes the catch. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left, and the score at the end of the first half, the first inning, the Yankees nothing with the Giants coming to bat. Well, Billy Pierce will be pitching for the Giants on Sunday, and nobody tosses a curve better than Billy Pierce. He's got a beauty. And here he is right now talking to Russ Hodges.
How about you, Billy? Tried the new Gillette Slim Adjustable Razor yet?
I've been using one for months, Russ, and it's the greatest. Makes shaving easier than ever.
Well, if you haven't tried the adjustable yet, now's the time to do so with the Gillette World Series Special. Now, in it, you get the new Gillette Slim Adjustable Razor with a supply of remarkable super blue blades, plus a 79-cent can of foamy instant lather. It's a $2.29 value, and it costs only $1.95. And what shaves you get? The Slim is an adjustable razor. Now, that means it has 9 different dial settings. You choose the one that's exactly right for your combination of skin and beard. The Gillette Slim is lighter and trimmer for those hard-to-reach shaving areas. Slip in one of those amazing super blue blades, and you have shaving comfort like never before. Look for the Gillette World Series Special. Only $1.95 for razor, blades, and foaming. You save 34 cents.
Elston Howard was scheduled to work behind the plate today for the Yankees, and he was in the starting lineup. The only change that manager Houck announced was Dale Long at first base because of the ailing back of Moose Skowron. But Ellie, after taking batting practice, told his manager that he just couldn't snap that bat. He jammed it as he slid into Ed Bailey yesterday. So Yogi Berra will be behind the plate today, working with Ralph Terry.
Now we're ready to go in the bottom of the first inning. Chuck Hiller will lead off for the Giants. He'll be followed by Philippe Alou and then Matty Alou. Hiller, a left-handed batter. Here's Terry's first pitch. Strike. He got a slow curveball over. Hiller had 1 hit and 4 trips yesterday. That was a double into left center field. He scored the second Giant run. Terry delivers. Here's a line drive into right field. Maris coming over. He's got it, a one-handed catch. Ball, the umpire in right field went up with the right hand, and then he stumbled and he dropped it, and Hank Soar said it was no catch. Roger Maris made an amazing play, a one-handed shoestring catch. He had it and stumbled, it got away from him. Hank Soar said he didn't hold it long enough, so Hiller is at second base with a double. Well, that's why they have the umpires down the foul lines, Joe, to make those kind of decisions.
George, I just wonder if it wasn't a case of, as he was running, jarring it out when his elbow hit his knee. He never did leave his feet. He reached down, had it in his webbing, but jarred it loose as he continued on with the momentum he had.
Here's Philip Alou. He bunts down the first baseline. Long picks it up, steps on the bag. Alou is out, and Hiller moves to third base. It'll be a sacrifice bunt, with Hiller moving along to third. So the Giants are threatening. They have a runner at third base with one out, and the batter will be Matty Alou. That'll be a sacrifice. No time at bat for Philip.
This little Matty Alou has been a fine hitter for the Giants. He's been a real good first ball fastball hitter. Defensively, Long and Boyer are in close. Second baseman and shortstop are back. They're willing to give the run for the out.
Here's the first pitch. Ball, it's up high. Fastball above his cap. 1 ball and no strikes to Alou. A runner at third base with one out here in the first inning. There's no score in the ball game. Terry looking in. Here's the 1-0 pitch. A ground ball hit to the second baseman. There's the throw to first. He's out. The run comes in. Matty Alou hit the ball on the ground just out of the reach of Long. Long lunged for the ball. Had he been able to make the play, he would have thrown to the plate. The ball got by him. Richardson came up with it, tossed it back to Long. So there's 2 outs with a run in, and here's Willie Mays. Willie had 3 hits in yesterday's ball game. Strong right-handed batter. Terry delivers. Ball, it's in tight. 1 ball or no strikes. Chuck Hiller opened this inning with a double, moved to third on the sacrifice, and scored on the ground ball. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Mays. He swings and fouls it back. This will be out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Still a lot of talk today about the day that Mays had against Ford. Whitey said he threw everything except the rosin bag, and he said he finally learned something the last time at bat. He said Mays is human. He chased a couple bad balls.
It's a ball and a strike as Terry looks in. Ralph taking a lot of time. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. A ball 2 and a strike 1 count. Charlie Berry of the American League is the umpire behind the plate today. Stan Landis of the National League at first base. Jim Honachik of the American League at second base. Al Barlick of the National League at third base. Ken Burkhardt and Hank Soar down the lines. There's a strike, a slow curve in around the knees. 2-2.
George, there's a difference in that Ralph Terry right there. As he comes with the slow curveball. Not only is it the change of speed that gets these hitters, but it's the rotation. He's got real good spin on that curveball.
Terry ready. The 2-2 pitch. Down low. 3-2. Ralph likes to pitch from behind, Joe. He loves those 2-1, 2-0 counts. Then he can come in with a slow curve. He has great confidence in his ability to get it over.
Murray Dixon was a whole lot like that, too. Wanted that hitter to be looking for a particular pitch. He felt like he had the edge.
Here's the 3-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. Slow curveball, and Mays goes down swinging. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors, no one left, and the score at the end of 1 full inning of play, the Giants won, the Yankees nothing. Well, no one can guarantee the outcome of this World Series, not until the last out is made. But one thing we can guarantee right now is a paper-made pen. The paper-made pen you buy must perform, or we replace it free. And now is the best time to buy a Paper-Mate at the Big Fall Paper-Mate Free-for-All. You buy a Paper-Mate piggyback pen for $1.69, and you get an extra piggyback refill free. Or you can buy a Paper-Mate Capri pen for $1.95, and you get an extra jumbo refill free. You get Paper-Mate dependability plus extra refills free. Now, these are bargains you won't want to miss. So come to the Big Fall Paper-Mate Free-for-All. Buy a Paper-Mate piggyback pen and get an extra piggyback refill free, or buy a Paper-Mate Capri pen and get an extra jumbo refill free. Come to the Paper-Mate Free-for-All now, wherever Paper-Mate pens are sold. Well, at the end of one inning of play, the Giants are out in front of the Yankees by a score of 1-0. A double by Hiller, a sacrifice, and a ground ball to the second base, getting the run in. So the Yankees will send up Roger Maris to lead off. He'll be followed by Yogi Berra, then Dale Long. Yankees have a couple of casualties early in the series. Bill Skowron is out with a bad back, and Elston Howard reported unable to play just before game time today. Here's Maris stepping in.
They're overshifting on him, George, for the first time in this series. Shortstop Pagan is on the second base side. Hiller protects the gap between first and second.
Sanford delivers outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Not only overshifting Joe, but they're pitching him outside, trying to get him to pull something on the ground. Of course, Ride's strictly a pull hitter, especially against right-handed pitching. Sanford ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings and fouls it back. Some coming back in the crowd. 1 ball, 1 strike.
They've had a little bit of a cold war here as far as Roger Maris is concerned. The newspapers have been running a little box. Roger, when he was here for the All-Star game, a real windy day, said something like, if I had to play here the rest of my career, I think I'd consider quitting. And they just haven't let him, they just won't let him forget about it. They keep running it, and they keep running it, and fans keep hollering it to him.
Sanford ready, and here's the 1-1 pitch. Strike. He got the fastball over. Maris was going to bunt. He had charged up in front of the plate. He was going to push one down the third baseline, and any kind of a bunt at all would be a sure base hit, as Davenport is playing deep and wide of the bag.
That third baseman looks like the lonesome polecat down there. All by his lonesome, Jim Davenport.
That's the way we used to play Ted Williams. Of course, he never hit one that way. You could figure your batting average if you had one. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside. Fastball off the corner. It's 2-2. You know a strange thing, Joe? On Williams, we used to shift even more. I'd go over clear into the shortstop hole, and once in a while he would hit you a ground ball, and boy, it was a strange thing. Fielding a ball at shortstop after playing third. You're shaking a little as he hit it to you, wondering how you're going to make that long throw. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Outside again. 3-2 to Maris. That was a change of pace off the corner.
First time I saw this shift, George, was in the 46 World Series when we played the Red Sox and against Williams. And I tell you, I looked at the right side, and I'll never forget coming back to the bench. I told Red Munger, I said, you know, that right side looks like a symphony orchestra looking for work.
The pitch to Maris is outside. He walked him. Roger Maris draws a base on ball. So the Yankees have the tying run at first base with no one out. And the batter will be Yogi Berra. Yogi, a last-minute replacement for Elston Howard, who reported unable to play after taking batting practice. Left-handed batter. I think they might have shook Yogi up a little, telling him he's in there at the last moment.
I asked him when I found out he was going in, I said, you nervous, Yogi? Yeah.
I bet he is. Yogi Berra waiting on Sanford. Here's the first pitch. Strike. He got the fastball right down the middle. Roger Maris is on at first base with no one out. We're in the top of the second inning. The Giants lead the Yankees 1-0. The Giants play Yogi much as they played Mantle. Far to right field. Felix Alou in right field, very deep. Here's the pitch. Ball down low. He got the fastball over, but too low. 1 ball, 1 strike. McCovey is holding against the runner at first base. And Hiller has moved over toward first base. He's about split the difference between first and second. Yogi right down on the end of the bat. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Outside, this one off the corner. A ball 2 and a strike 1 count. This is the 13th World Series for Yogi Berra. He's waiting on Jack Sanford. Jack taking a little time right now. Checks the sign. The 2-1 pitch. A ground ball hit to the second baseman. Might be a double play. Over to second. Back to first. Yogi Berra hit one on the ground to Hiller, who flipped it over to Pagan for the force out on Maris, and the relay back to McCovey in plenty of time.
Those double plays just don't happen. That's Sanford really working on Yogi. A good slider inside, and Yogi hit a perfect double play ball to Hiller. They have scouting reports they talk about in the clubhouse, and it's up to that pitcher to go out and do the job. And Sanford did a good one that time.
Here's Dale Long, the first baseman. Dale, a big left-handed batter. Sanford was ready to go, then he stopped, starts rubbing up the baseball. Dale batted twice yesterday. He had one hit with a run batted in. There's a fastball that's in there, right around the knees. A one-strike count. All the action will shift to Yankee Stadium in New York on Sunday, where it'll be Billy Pierce for the Giants and Bill Stafford, more than likely, for the Yankees. Tomorrow will be a traveling day. Sanford delivers inside. He pushed him back. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the top of the second inning. There's 2 outs with no one on. The Giants have a 1-0 lead over the Yankees. Another beautiful baseball afternoon here in San Francisco. Sanford into the windup. The 1-1 pitch. Strike. He cut the outside corner with a fastball. As we told you before, Sanford has walked 2 batters, but he is not missing by much. He is trying to thread the needle on the corners. Has a good live fastball, a good fast-breaking curve. This fellow's been the workhorse of the Giants staff this year. The pitch to Long. A swing and a miss. He tried to check it, but he's gone too far. Dale Long goes down swinging. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of the first half of the second, the Giants won, the Yankees nothing. Well, Hector Lopez has not been in the series yet, but he will be before it's over. And Hector is a man of few words ordinarily, but he sure gets his point across here. Let's listen.
Hector, so you think Super Blue Blades give you better shaves?
Well, Mel, my face feels better, and my wife say I look better. That's good enough for me.
Well, Super Blue Blades have brought new comfort and satisfactions to millions upon millions of people. An exclusive Gillette process makes Super Blue edges so keen, so smooth, they whisk off the heaviest beard like it wasn't even there. Quick, clean shaves, refreshing shaves that have to be experienced to be believed. You get a dispenser of Super Blue Blades with the new Gillette Slim Adjustable Razor. The Slim is lighter, longer, easier to handle. It's trimmer and more compact for those hard-to-reach shaving areas. And it's adjustable to your combination of skin and beard. Right now, the World Series special includes the Slim with Super Blue Blades plus a 79-cent can of Gillette Foamy Instant Lather for only $1.95. Now, it's a $2.29 value, so you save 34 cents. Well, it'll be Willie McCovey to lead off in the second inning for the Giants. He'll be followed by Tom Haller and then Jim Davenport. McCovey, a big, tall, left-handed batter. Willie playing at first base today in place of Orlando Cepeda. A 1-0 ball game as we move into the bottom of the second. The Giants out in front. Here's Terry's pitch. Strike, a fastball around the letters.
This McCovey's a real crasher, a great big guy. He doesn't use a very heavy bat, 35 ounces, 34.5 inches long. It's a big, thick-handled bat, but he really goes to work with it. It's a weapon in his hands.
Terry delivers another fastball. It's in there around the knees. A strike 2 count to McCovey. This is Willie's first appearance. Terry gets ready. A 2-strike pitch. A ground ball hit wide of first. Long has it. Here's the flip to Terry. He's out. Willie McCovey goes out. Dale Long to the pitcher, Ralph Terry, covering first base. That's one away, and the batter will be the catcher, Tom Haller. Tom's a left-handed batter, and this will be his first time at bat in the World Series. Ed Bailey did the catching yesterday for the Giants. Tom, a tall, slender, left-handed batter. Tom was spiked in the playoffs down at Dodger Stadium, but he's right in the lineup today. Here's a swing and a miss. 1 strike to Haller. The Giants have 1 run on 1 hit, no errors. The Yankees, no runs, no hits, and they have no errors. Yankees have had a couple of base runners, both on walks. Here's a fastball inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Terry, a fast worker. He just looks in, gets the sign, he's ready to go. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Fastball hit on the ground to second base. Bobby Richardson has it. The flip to first. He's out. Tom Haller goes out. Second to first. That's 2 down. And the batter will be Jose Pagan. Correction, Jim Davenport, the batter. Davenport, the third baseman, had 1 hit and 2 trips yesterday. He had a couple of walks. Right-handed batter chokes the bat a little as he waits on Terry. Here's the pitch. There's a line drive right to the second baseman, Bobby Richardson. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of 2, the Giants 1, the Yankees nothing. Well, we were talking to Don Drysdale the other day about the heavy game schedule this year, and Don admitted it took a lot out of him. And he said that after every game, he appreciates the pickup he gets from a refreshing Gillette shave. Nothing does it for Don like a super blue blade in his Gillette adjustable razor. Well, today, men everywhere are switching to the new adjustable razor, the Gillette Slim. Why don't you try it? You'll find it streamlined from head to handle with a trimmer, compact design. Slimmer for hard-to-reach shaving areas. Longer for better balance. And Gillette's exclusive precision dial has 9 different blade settings. You pick the one that's just right for your skin and beard. Right now, you can get the Slim Adjustable on the Gillette World Series Special, along with a dispenser of double-edged super blue blades that delivers all but incredible shaving comfort. Plus a 79-cent can of Gillette Foamy, the cream of all instant lathers. All for only $1.95 on the Gillette World Series Special. Now, that's a $2.29 value, and you save 34 cents.
George, I was just sitting here watching Charlie Berry take a look at the baseball and couldn't help but wonder how precise this game of baseball is getting. Now, we're playing in a National League park, so the Yankees had about 12 baseballs that they used in batting practice. National League balls. The pitcher warmed up with the National League ball. They got special mud that the umpires use to rub up the baseballs. When we switch over to the Yankee Stadium, it'll be American League baseballs that'll be used. This is both supposed to be the same, although Early Wind says that either one of them, you can find dual carburetors in them.
Here's Cletus Boyer to lead off. He swings and pops it up outside of first. McCovey's chasing it, but it's going to drip back into the crowd. 1 strike to Boyer. Cleet had a home run out here yesterday that broke a 2-2 tie.
George, and you were playing baseball down in Swift in Arkansas. Did they have an umpire use special mud to rub up the baseballs?
Yes, they did, Joe. Yes, we played it big league all the way. We wrapped our baseballs with tape. Painted them white. Jack Sanford gets ready. Here's the pitch to Boyer. Another foul ball over near the dugout. McCovey is chasing it, but this one's going back in the crowd. A 2-strike count to Boyer. It'll be Boyer leading off, Terry to follow, and then Tony Kubek. Sanford getting a new baseball from Charlie Berry looking in. Here's the pitch to Cleet. Outside, just off the corner, and Haller thought he had a strike. He was ready to throw it down to Davenport at third base. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Giants won, the Yankees nothing. We're in the top of the 3rd inning. Sanford, a rather chunky bill right-hander. This fellow's strong. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside again. That was a hard slider just off the corner. A ball 2 and a strike 2 count. Giants play Boyer pretty much straight away, deep in left field. Jack into the windup. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There's a fly ball hit the right center field. Willie Mays chasing it. He's got it on the run. Cleet Boyer out on a fly to Willie Mays in right center field. That'll bring up the pitcher, Ralph Terry.
George, as you and I both well know, there are a lot of telltale signs that ball players have when they're going to do certain things, but I don't think there's one that's more obvious than when Willie Mays is going to catch the ball. Every time he taps that glove, it's almost like turning on the radar. He's telling you, boys, I got the beat on it, forget about it.
Sanford into the windup. Here's the pitch to Terry. A swing and a miss on a fastball. I couldn't help but watch the Giants down in Los Angeles the other day, Joe. The last out of the ball game, you remember, was the fly ball to Mays in center.
Right.
And they were out of the dugout halfway to the pitcher's mound before he caught the ball. I don't think they believed he could drop one. There's a swing and a foul back on the screen. 2 strikes.
I finished up with the Giants in 54 and came down the stretch with them, and it got funny. DeRocher was then the manager. Any ball that was hit, he'd holler, let Willie get it. It'd be a foul ball in the reserve seat section along the third baseline. He'd want Willie to get it.
Ralph Terry, the batter, with a strike 2 count. Sanford ready. Here's the one outside. This one off the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Terry batting with 1 out and no one on here in the top of the 3rd inning. The Giants won, the Yankees nothing. Terry right down on the end of the bat, waiting on Jack Sanford. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He swings and misses. Terry strikes out. That's 2 away. It'll bring up Tony Kubek. Tony's 0 for 1 in this game. He bounced to the second baseman Hiller back in the 1st inning.
Kubek said that the ball Willie Mays hit yesterday that seemed to, dip away from that hard hit ball. Kubek said it was the hardest hit ball he'd ever had hit at him.
Boy, it was a good thing it scooted by him, too, Joe, and not right at him. Here's the pitch to Kubek. He swings and hits a high fly ball into shallow center field. Here's Mays coming on, calling for it. He's got it, the side's returned. Kubek out on a fly to center. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of the first half of the 3rd inning, the Giants won, the Yankees nothing. Well, Johnny Blanchard is a pinch hitter deluxe for this ball club, the Yankees, and Johnny handles himself pretty well in the interview, too. Here he is on a tape with Mel Allen.
John, how about that new Gillette Slim Adjustable? Makes shaving even easier, doesn't it?
It's a dream to handle. And when you put in a Super Blue Blade, man, you've got comfort you never thought possible.
Well, those amazing Super Blue Blade edges, they're exclusive with Gillette, are a real scientific breakthrough. Actually, mirror finish, so keen and smooth they glide through the toughest beard like it was nothing at all. You get refreshing shaves, clean, quick shaves that are all but beyond describing. Try Super Blues in the new Gillette Slim Adjustable Razor. It's lighter for easier handling, slimmer, trimmer, great for those awkward shaving areas. You get both razor and blades, along with a 79-cent can of foamy instant lather in the Gillette World Series Special. Now, it's a $2.29 value, and it's yours right now for only $1.95. Let's pause 30 seconds for station identification.
This is WGY, Schenectady. Is your beverage only half satisfying? Then ask yourself this question.
Are you mixing with the best? Saratoga Vichy with the yellow label. It outsells all the rest. The genuine Vichy with the yellow label. Tastes better tonight. Feel better tomorrow. Saratoga with the yellow label.
He swings and hits the fly ball to center field. Mickey Mantle moves back and he's got it. Pagan hit the ball hard, right straight to Mantle in center field. That's 1 away, and the batter will be the pitcher, Jack Sanford.
Not a bad hitting pitcher, George. He can swing that bat. He loves to hit, and he takes his cuts up there.
Big round of applause for Sanford as he comes on here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Jack has blanked the Yankees without a hit through the first 3 innings. Only been 1 hit in this ball game. That was a leadoff double by Hiller. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. He got the fastball off the corner. 1 ball and no strikes. Hiller doubled and scored the only run of the ball game back in the 1st inning. Terry gets ready. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings and misses. Fastball around the letters. 1 ball, 1 strike. We're in the bottom of the 3rd. 1 out with no one on. The Giants won. The Yankees nothing. 2nd game of the 1962 World Series. Here's the 1-1 pitch.
He swings and misses. Got the curveball by him. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
That's the great equalizer when that pitcher throws your Uncle Charlie that good breaking curveball.
I thought that was against the rules, Joe.
As pitchers keep telling each other, you don't throw me any, I won't throw you any, but they lie.
The pitch to Sanford is in there. He's called out on strikes. Terry got the fastball over the inside corner, and Jack Sanford watched it go by. Strikeout number 2 for Ralph Terry. There's 2 down, and the batter will be Chuck Hiller, the second baseman. This youngster had a double to right field in the first inning. Roger Maris made the catch, but he was stumbling, and as Joe said, he probably bounced it out with his knee. Hank Sawyer was right on top of it and made the call. Hiller, a left-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Ball down low. 1 ball and no strikes.
In that play yesterday, George, Maris's ball that Al Lou got his hands on. Willie Mays explained it, said he had that ball until he came down and his elbow hit the fence.
At the top of the fence.
Mm-hmm.
What a play. The 1-0 pitch. Down low, another curve breaking below the knees. A ball 2 and a no-strike count. Hiller checking with Whitey Lockman, the coach at third base, to see if the hit sign is on for this 2-0 pitch. Wes Westrom is coaching at first base for the Giants. Terry into the windup. Delivers. Inside. Fastball that pushed him back.
Wonder what ball players do before the game. Wes Westrom and Yogi Berra were checking nubs. Who had the most nubs as far as catches are concerned? They put those 2 hands out there, and if they would have shook hands, it would have taken 10 minutes to get them apart, George.
Here's the 3-0 pitch to Hiller. Strike the fastball right down the middle. Chuck was taking all the way on this one. A ball 3 and a strike 1 count. Ralph Terry going for his first World Series win. Delivers. Strike 2, another fastball. Hiller had started to first base. Charlie Berry went up with the right hand. So it's a full count to the young second baseman. Chokes the bat for the 3-2 pitch. Terry getting ready. Here it is. He swings and lines it foul down the left field line. This one going back in the crowd. Still 3-2. Yankees playing pretty much straight away. Maris pulled a little bit to right field. Boy, you're wide of the bag at third base. Long, deep, and near the line at first. The 3-2 pitch. He swings and pops it foul. This one's going out of play over behind the Yankee dugout.
The wind is such a factor here that even it's unusual. You'll go into a road game, like watching the Giants play on the road, and you'll see play a Hiller straight away. They come here, and they'll shade him because that wind grabs it, and it'll blow it towards the right field corner. Hiller uses a big, thick-handled bat, a potato masher type.
Here's the pitch. Ball. It's up high. Chuck Hiller draws a base-on ball as Terry got the fastball around the middle of his gap. That's the first walk given up by Terry. It's a runner at first base with 2 outs, and the batter will be Philippe Alou. Alou was out on a sacrifice bunt his first time at bat. With Hiller at second base, he pushed a bunt to the first baseman, Dale Long. Philippe, a right-handed batter. Here's the first pitch. Ball up high. He checked his swing in time. 1 ball, no strikes. This is a tough ballpark for right-handed batters as the wind continuously blows from left field across to the right field corner. Unless, of course, you have good power into right center field. There's a quick throw to first base. Hiller gets back in time. Terry gets set. The 1-0 pitch. He swings and misses. Fastball at the belt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Mantle and Tresh are extremely deep for Alou. Maris back a couple of steps in right field. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Curveball, it's in there, right at the letters. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Alou had 1 hit in yesterday's game. That was a line single to left field. waiting on Ralph Terry. Keller leads off at first base. Terry makes a quick throw to first. Chuck back in time. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. A high pop fly over near the Yankee dugout. Here's Boyer coming over. He has the room. Makes the catch and the side's retired. Alou fouls to the third baseman. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 man left, and the score at the end of 3 full innings of play, the Giants 1, the Yankees nothing. Well, Alou made a couple of great plays here yesterday, and here's Philip right now with Russ Hodges in the clubhouse locker.
You're a Gillette man, Philippe. That must include Super Blue Blades, too.
Oh, wait, Rock. They give me such comfortable, refreshing shades, I can hardly believe it.
Well, that's the way millions upon millions of people feel about easy-shaving Gillette Super Blue Blades. You can't even approach them for comfort. Now, they're the result of an engineering process exclusive with Gillette that gives them mirror-smooth edges. So keen, they shave off the toughest beard as if there were nothing. They're double-edged, too, for added convenience and extra savings. You get more shaves per blade. Now's the time to try them with Gillette's streamlined, easy-handling, slim adjustable. A longer, lighter version of the country's most popular razor. You get both razor and blade on the Gillette World Series Special, along with a 79-cent can of Gillette Foamy Instant Lather for only $1.95. That's a $2.29 value, so you save 34 cents.
You know, ball players watch the other ball club during batting practice. Yesterday, Harvey Keene said he was watching Whitey Ford warm up, and he saw Ford give a sign for a slider and wondered when in the world did he come up with that. In fact, Harvey said that Ford was much quicker yesterday than he had ever seen him. And today, Bobby Richardson was really bearing down in that batting practice, bunting the ball here and there. So it could be that Bobby's got some ideas and maybe start something by just dropping the bunt and taking off.
Well, here's Bobby to lead off in the 4th inning for the Yankees. Takes one down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Bobby bounced to the shortstop his first time at bat. It's a 1-0 ball game here in the top of the 4th. The Giants are out in front. Sanford delivers. Strike, a fastball in at the knees. 1-1 to Richardson. He'll be followed by Tom Tresh and then Mickey Mantle. Sanford against Terry here today in the 2nd game of the 62 World Series. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He swings and hits a hard grounder to short. Pagan has it. The quick throw to first. He's out. A good play by Jose Pagan. Richardson slammed that one hard to the right of Pagan, who took 2 quick steps, came up with the ball, and then had to make a quick throw to McCovey in time to get Bobby by a step. That's 1 away, and the batter will be Tom Tresh. Tommy drew a walk his first time at bat. Batting left-handed against Sanford. Jack delivers. Strike, he got the curveball over. A 1-strike count. We've seen some great pitching in this series. Whitey Ford turned in a tremendous job here yesterday. Billy O'Dell was a fine pitcher for the Giants. Today it's Sanford and Terry. Here's the pitch. Kubek bunts. It's up in the air. Sanford's calling for it, and he drops the ball. Tommy Tresh bunted the ball up in the air. Sanford, Pagan, and Davenport all went for it. Any one of them could have made the play. Sanford got his glove on it, and he dropped it. We'll have to wait for a ruling on that, Joe.
As funny as this might sound, it looked like the sun and maybe even the wind, because Sanford had his back turned as he tried to make the play, and the crowd reacts now, George, as the hit sign is flashed.
It'll be a bunt single for Tommy Tresh. Puts a runner at first base. 1 man out, and the batter will be Mickey Mantle. Mickey popped to the shortstop his first time at bat. He's batting left-handed against the right-hander. That's the first hit off Sanford. Jack comes to a set position. The pitch to Mickey. Ball down low. 1 ball and no strikes. Sanford did not realize it, but both Pagan and Davenport were standing right behind him. Either one could have made the play. Stuck his glove right up and tipped the ball, just knocking it to the ground out of the reach of Pagan. So Trash at first base, 1 out. Here's the pitch to Mantle. This one up high. A ball 2 and a no-strike count. Tom Haller walking out in front of the plate with a few words of advice to Sanford. Jack taking a little time right now. He has not been in a jam in this ball game. He has walked a couple of batters and has given up a single. And every time he's had a man on first base, he has slowed his pitching pace, being a little more careful. Here's the pitch. Strike. He cut the corner with a fastball.
That was a difference right there, 2-0 against Mantle. He kind of surveys the situation, George. He just doesn't grab that ball as he used to and just pump. He kind of thinks it out and then goes to work.
Well, Mickey was looking for something probably on the inside part of the plate he could pull, and Sanford threaded the needle outside. Here it is again, a pop fly that's going to be out of play. This one drifting back into the crowd behind third base.
Alvin Dark goes into about a 30-minute speech when you get talking about Sanford, about how he doesn't give in to the hitter. He says if he wants to pitch a hitter a certain way, that's the way he's going to do it, regardless of the situation. And, of course, that's what you want your pitcher to do, to throw the ball that he has the most confidence in. You don't want to be a hope pitcher. Hope he gets it over and hope the fella hits it and hope somebody catches it.
Mickey Mantle standing in with a ball 2 and a strike 2 count. Tom Trash at first base with 1 out. Sanford still looking in. Gets ready. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Mickey swings and pops it up outside of third base. Here's Davenport coming over. He's got the room. Makes the catch. Mickey Mantle fouls to the third baseman, Jim Davenport. That's 2 down, and the batter will be Roger Maris. Raj drew a walk his first time at bat. It was back in the second inning. Now, once again, the Giants are going into the shift. Chuck Hiller going over into the hole between first and second, and the shortstop again moving over to the second base side. Well, the Giants have 3 infielders on the right side, only Davenport left on the third base side. The pitch to Maris. Strike, a fastball over the outside part of the plate. A 1-strike count. It's a 1-0 ball game. We're in the top of the 4th inning. The Giants are out in front. Sanford looking into Haller now, wanting him to start the signs over again. Gets set. The pitch to Maris. Outside, just off the corner. 1 ball, 1 strike.
When they overshift like that, they're daring you to hit the ball. These Giants are really going even one step further, as they're just keeping the ball outside, to where if Raj would want to just go that way, it's a case of putting that bat on the ball. They were certainly willing to give up that single.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. Way outside with this one. Haller has to come out from behind the plate to get it. A ball 2 and a strike 1 count. Well, the Giant thinking here, Joe, more than likely a single. They've got to have 2 hits to score, and with 1 swing of the bat, Maris could pump one out of here, and so they're daring him to hit the ball to left field. Roger standing in, waiting on Sanford. Jack seems to be having a little trouble with the signs. Could be that he's just wanting to make Maris wait. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Curveball, it's in there. That was a dandy. Fast curveball in around the knees. And it's a ball 2 and a strike 2 count. Maris was not ready for that one. Like he might have been looking for the fastball. Sanford coming in with a beautiful curve. Jack checks his runner. Here's the 2-2 pitch. There goes the runner. Here's the throw down to second base. He is safe at second base. The pitch was outside to Roger Maris, and Tommy Trash gets a stolen base. Well, the Yankees have the tying run at second. 2 down, and a full count to Maris.
They're daring right now, George, with the tying run in scoring position. They still have overshifted. The ground ball to the shortstop side will sneak through, a daring maneuver.
Here's the pitch to Maris. He swings and pops it up behind the plate. Here's Haller coming back. He might have the room. He does, and he makes the catch. Roger Maris fouls to the catcher, Tom Haller. No runs, runs on, 1 hit. There were no errors, 1 man left. And the score at the end of the first half, the 4th inning, the Giants won, the Yankees nothing. Well, Jim Bouton is down in the Yankee bullpen, and he'll probably be in before this series is over. Jim always gives you a straight answer. Like this one he gave Mel Allen the other day.
Say, Jim, had a chance to try out the new Gillette Slim Adjustable Razor yet?
Just today, Mel, and I'll tell you, I really noticed the difference. That slimmer head makes it a cinch to shave those tricky spots.
Well, Jim's right. And here's more about this streamlined new Gillette Slim Adjustable. It's lighter, longer for better balance. And it has Gillette's precision dial with 9 different settings. The lower numbers are for lighter beards. The higher numbers for heavier beards. With the Slim is a dispenser of remarkable Gillette Super Blue Blades that have brought a new experience in shaving comfort to millions upon millions of people everywhere. And small wonder, our Super Blue edges are made by a special process that is Gillette's alone. Right now on the World Series Special, you get both the razor and blades with a 79-cent can of Gillette Foamy Instant Lather. All for only $1.95. It's a $2.29 value, so you save 34 cents.
You know, when they overshift on a fella, Williams or Maris or Rich Rollins, you would think it's a simple thing to just put your bat on a ball and go the opposite way and get that base hit, but it's not that simple, and there's one other factor to be considered, that if a fella's hitting the ball good by hitting normally and naturally, he doesn't want to get out of kilter and get out of the groove by trying to go the other way. It's not a case of being bullheaded or hard-headed or anything else. You want to hit the way you think is best for you, and if you're in a groove hitting real good, you know you're in that groove, and maybe by going to the opposite field, you'll just take yourself out of the groove, and that's always a danger mark.
Here's Matty Alou to lead off for the Giants in the 4th inning. He'll be followed by Willie Mays, then Willie McCovey. He bats down the first baseline. Long has it, steps on the bag. Matty butted the ball too hard. A low liner, 1 hop, right straight to Dale Long, who fielded the ball near the bag, stepped on first base. So there's 1 away, and Willie Mays steps in. Willie was a strikeout victim his first time at bat. Terry got him on a curveball on the 3-2 pitch.
Judge, I can't help but tell this story. I was scheduled to do an interview with Willie on the NBC network after the ball game, and Willie asked out. The reason for asking out is that he had a visit to the Children's Hospital. A young boy had written him and said, I saved my money to come to the game, but I can't get there. Please hit a home run for me. So the young boy couldn't get there. Willie went to the hospital.
That's tremendous, Joe. Tremendous. Here's Willie, a right-handed batter. Terry delivers a high fly ball into shallow center field. Richardson going out, Mantle coming in, and Richardson makes the catch. Bobby was having a little trouble with a high sky on this one, but he stayed with it. So 2 pitches, 2 outs, and here's Willie McCovey. Willie's 0 for 1. Bounced to Dale Long his first time at bat. Tall left-handed batter. McCovey batting with 2 outs, no one on in the bottom of the 4th. The Giants won, the Yankees nothing in this ball game. Terry delivers. Strike, he got the curveball over. A 1-strike count.
They are really playing him deep. Richardson at second base is on the grass. Long guards the line. Mantle's way over in right center. Maris is deep.
Here's the pitch. Oh, nope, it's a strike, says Charlie Berry. Foul-tipped it. Willie checked his swing. The ball hit his bat, foul-tipped back. A strike 2 count. Mantle is so deep we can hardly find him in the crowd out there, Joe.
George, this McCovey, I tell you, he's one of these real loose-jointed guys. Looks like he's put together with baling wire, and you figure he's going to fall apart any minute. But when that ball gets about 2 feet in front of him, when he's got that bat in his hand, he flies open like a brand-new window shade.
He's standing in with a strike 2 count. Terry looking in. Here's the pitch to Willie. Another foul ball. Once again, he checked his swing. The ball hit his bat. Yankees seem to be keeping the ball up high to McCovey, Joe.
Keeping it in, too. Keeping it up and in. Say, he's got some strike zone. He's listed as 6'4", but I would imagine from behind that plate, he's got to look like he's about 9 feet 9. I always kid him. I say, Willie, they shouldn't put a number on the back of your uniform. They should put a license plate there, and nobody pass you on the right.
He's standing in with a strike 2 count. Terry getting ready. Ralph working a little slower right now than he did in the early part of the ball game. Delivers outside, a fastball off the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Matty Alou went out on the first pitch to Dale Long. Willie Mays hopped up the second pitch to Bobby Richardson. Now it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Willie McCovey. Willie right down on the end of the bat. Terry delivers a slow curve. It's down low. He checked his swing. And leaving the count at 2-2. The pitch was close, and Terry thought he had him. Charlie Berry shaking his head out to Terry, saying that McCovey did not swing. Ralph goes into the windup. The 2-2 pitch. He swings and misses through the fastball by him, and McCovey goes down swinging. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left, and the score at the end of 4, the Giants 1, the Yankees nothing. Well, now's the perfect time to try the new Gillette Slim Adjustable Razor. Now, this is an adjustable razor with 9 different blade settings. One that's just right for your skin and beard. It's streamlined, too. Lighter, longer, with a slimmer head for those tricky, hard-to-reach shaving areas. On the Gillette World Series Special, you get the Slim, complete with a dispenser of the smooth and easy-shaving Gillette Super Blue Blades, plus a 79-cent can of foamy instant lather, all for only $1.95. Now, it's a $2.29 value, so you save 34 cents. Now, while we're waiting here, let's pause 30 seconds for station identification.
You know, it takes a special something extra to be a Major League ball player or anything else that rates as the very best. Now, take Saratoga Vichy, for instance. Saratoga's naturally good, naturally lively, spring fresh flavor adds that extra snap and extra sparkle to every drink. In fact, Saratoga Vichy has such extra tantalizing flavor, it's delicious all by itself. Next time you get that great big thirst, enjoy the extra satisfaction you get only from Saratoga Vichy with the yellow label. This is WGY Schenectady.
Yogi Berra will lead off for the Yankees in the 5th inning. A 1-0 ball game. San Francisco out in front of New York. Berra, Long, and Boyer will be the first 3 batters for the Yankees. Yogi hit into a double play back in the 2nd inning. Sanford delivers. Ball down low. 1 ball, no strikes. Yogi, a left-handed batter. Little fella right down on the end of the bat. The pitch, outside, a fastball off the corner. It's ball 2 and no strikes. The only run of this ball game scored in the 1st inning. Chuck Hiller doubled to right, moved to 3rd on a bunt, scored on a ground ball to the 2nd baseman. The pitch to Yogi, strike, he got the corner. Sanford has been very effective here today on the 2-0 pitch. Getting that outside corner instead of coming in with a good one, Joe.
You can almost hear what Yogi's saying to Charlie Berry. I don't mind you calling on me, but call him when I'm catching, too.
Sanford into the windup. Delivers. Here's a high fly ball down the left field line. Pagan is chasing it. Alou is there, and Alou's going to make the catch. He does. Yogi Berra pops one up down the left field line. Matty Alou racing in to make the catch. That's 1 away, and the batter will be Dale Long. Here's the attendance here today. 43,910. 43,910. Long was a strikeout victim his first time at bat. He swings and misses on a fastball. 1 strike. We're in the top of the 5th inning. 1 out with no one on. The Giants 1, the Yankees nothing. Jack Sanford and Ralph Terry, a couple of right-handers here today. The scene of the action will shift to Yankee Stadium in New York on Sunday for the 3rd game of this series. Tomorrow will be an off day as everybody will be traveling east. Here's the pitch. Inside, he pushed him back. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Yankees will work out tomorrow at Yankee Stadium in the morning at 11 o'clock, and the Giants will work out in the afternoon. Dale Long waiting on Sanford. Jack taking a little time. He and Haller seem to have a little trouble getting the signs together. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He swings and pops it up. Maybe out of play. Here's Haller coming back to the Yankee dugout. He's there, and he's got it right at the railing. Tom Haller racing to the dugout, made the catch and crashed into the railing.
George, the wind is a big factor on a pop foul that's hit towards the third base line. You don't see Haller or any of the Giant catchers, for that matter, hesitate when that ball is hit near the dugout. They take off because it'll blow right back in.
It looked like it was about 6 rows back in the seats at one time. But Haller, knowing this ballpark, stayed with it, made the catch. The batter is Clete Boyer, the third baseman. Clete flied to center field his first time at bat. Sanford into the windup. Delivers. Here's a line drive to left field. A solid single for Clete Boyer. That'll put a runner at first base with 2 outs, and the batter will be Ralph Terry. It's a big base hit for the Yankees. It brings Terry to the plate here in the 5th inning instead of the leadoff man in the 6th inning. That's hit number 2 for the Yankees. The Giants have but 1 hit off Terry. That was a double by Hiller in the first inning that led to the only run of the ball game. Sanford wants a new baseball. He tosses this one in, and Charlie Berry comes out with a new one. Terry was a strikeout victim his first time at bat. Ralph was telling me before the ball game today he was going to punch a single either through the middle or into right field, Joe, so we'll be watching him here. He has a big hole between first and second. Sanford delivers. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Pagan has it. The long throw to first base. He's out. Terry goes out, short to first. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, 1 man left. And the score at the end of the first half, the 5th inning, the Giants 1, the Yankees 0. The first half of today's game has been brought to you by the Gillette Safety Razor Company. And the second half of today's game is brought to you by the Chrysler Corporation.
Your car, sir.
Thank you.
63 Chrysler, isn't it?
Just got it.
Very handsome.
The 1963 Chrysler New Yorker. The crisp new custom look of Chrysler 63. New Yorker is an unmistakable car in any company. A big car, big with pride, power, self-confidence. The crisp new custom look. And New Yorker is as handsome inside as out. Oval-shaped steering wheels are color-keyed to match 9 different interior trim combinations. Chrysler New Yorker, a big, beautiful step ahead. It's the best engineered and best built car in Chrysler history. Your dealer invites you to visit this car, Chrysler 63, a product of Chrysler Corporation.
Where quality is engineered into every car.
Well, we move along into the bottom of the 5th inning. The Giants have 1 run on 1 hit and no errors. The Yankees have no runs on 2 hits, and they have no errors. The catcher, Tom Haller, will lead it off. He'll be followed by Jim Davenport, and then the shortstop, Jose Pagan. Nice round of applause for Haller as he steps in for the fine catch that he made on the pop fly near the Yankee dugout. Haller, a left-handed batter. He bounced to the second baseman his first time at bat. Here's Terry's first pitch. Curveball, it's in there. 1 strike. Haller didn't like the call on that one too much. He turns, says something to Berry. Just a short conversation. Here's the 1 strike pitch. Another curveball. He fouls it back to the screen. It was a slow curve. Ralph pulled the string on him. Tom was out in front, and he bounced it foul.
You can see with his Terry would be tough after throwing you a couple slow curveballs when he turns that fastball loose because he's got a real good fastball and it just get by you before you realize what's really happening.
Ralph into the windup. The 2-strike pitch. A high foul ball outside of third. Here's Boyer coming over. Has plenty of room. He's got it. There's 1 away. Boy, the sun and the high sky giving these infielders a lot of trouble here today. Tom Haller fouls to third base. 1 down, and the batter will be Jim Davenport, the third baseman. Davenport lined the ball hard to Bobby Richardson his first time at bat. Well, you can hear the rhythmic applause from the Giant fans here at Candlestick Park. They want the Giants to get something going. Here's a curve up high. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out with no one on. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Giants in front, 1-0. Terry delivers a curve, and it's in there. Slow curve ball over the heart of the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tremendous pitching here this afternoon on both sides. Here's a foul ball off the mask of Berra, bouncing behind the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Charlie Berry looking the baseball over before he tosses it back to Terry. Yankees pretty much straight away for Davenport. Not too deep in the outfield. Jim's more of a line drive hitter. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curve down low. Scooped up by Berra. A ball 2 and a strike 2 count. And a pretty good breeze blowing right now from left field to right field. Curveball hit on the ground foul down the third baseline. Whitey Lockman picks it up. Still 2-2 to Davenport. Terry taking a little time as he waited on Davenport to get back in. Checks his sign with Berra. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball, he struck him out. Jim Davenport goes down swinging on a high curveball. Strikeout number 4 for Ralph Terry. It's 2 down, and the batter will be Jose Pagan.
Terry's been tough, George. Only 1 fly ball to the outfield, and that was hit by this very same Pagan who's coming up there now. Yesterday, there were only 3 of them hit out there. Mantle caught the last one. In fact, they were kidding Mantle, congratulating him on a fine catch of the last out.
Pagan, a right-handed batter. He had 3 hits in yesterday's ball game. He hit the ball hard the first time up today, straight to Mantle. Here's a strike. He got the curveball over. A 1-strike count. This little fellow's been the real surprise of both the playoffs and the series. He's played great shortstop, and he's chipped in with some big hits. Here's the 1-strike pitch. A curve, I believe he hit him. He did. A curveball that was not delivered hard hit him either on the shoulder or on the top of the helmet. He's all right. He's up and trotting down to first base. So Pagan on at first, hit by a pitch ball with 2 outs, and the batter will be Jack Sanford, the pitcher.
Jack, George, Pagan all season long has been the type of guy who you really don't notice him, except that he's always crossing home plate. That's when you really notice him. He gets on by beating out a bunt. He gets a single. He'll play hit and run. The Bombers get all the headlines, but Pagan, he'll be right in the middle of everything.
Well, he's at first base right now with 2 outs, and time is called as Sanford steps out of the batter's box for a moment. Jack getting back in. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. 1 ball or no strikes. This is a perfect spot for Pagan to be running, except the pitcher is batting, and the Giants would rather not have Sanford leading off in the 6th inning should Pagan be thrown out at second base. Here's the pitch. Foul ball. This one back in the crowd. 1 ball, 1 strike. Another capacity house. Yesterday we had 43,852. Today we have 43,910. Jack Sanford chokes the bat. 1 ball, 1 strike. Terry delivers. Strike 2. He cut the outside corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sanford didn't like the call on that when he steps out with his hands on his hips, just looking around. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning. The Giants are leading 1-0. They picked up a run in the first inning, and that's been the only scoring in this ball game. Terry gets ready. Makes a quick throw to first. Jose back in time. Pagan is not taking a big lead right now. Here's the pitch. Curveball. He struck him out. Jack Sanford goes down swinging on the curve. No runs, no hits, no errors, one man left. And the score at the end of 5, the Giants won, the Yankees nothing.
Hello. Hello what?
Isn't that a 63 Chrysler 300?
It sure is.
The exciting Chrysler 300 convertible for 63 with a crisp new custom look. Crisp in its lines, crisp in the way it moves. This car is a direct descendant of the famous sports model. It's the big, beautiful step ahead in performance. And there's a brand new custom look inside the Chrysler 300. The comfortable bucket seats are individually adjustable and available in genuine leather. There's a thrill waiting for you at your Chrysler dealers when you test drive this exciting convertible. The Chrysler 300 for 63. The crisp new custom look. A product of Chrysler Corporation.
Where quality is engineered into every car.
Well, the Yankees will have the top of the batting order coming up here in the 6th inning. Tony Kubek will lead off. He'll be followed by Bobby Richardson, then Tom Tresh. It's a 1-0 ball game. San Francisco out in front of New York. Kubek's 0 for 2. He bounced to the second baseman in the first inning, flied to center field in the third. Tony, a left-handed batter. Here's the first pitch. Ball outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Davenport is in close at third. Jim's a step or 2 in front of the bag on the edge of the infield grass. And McCovey is in a couple of steps from first base. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Outside, way outside with this one. Ball 2 and no strikes. Giants in the outfield play Kubek pretty much straight away. Lou has moved in a few steps in left field. Matty Lou, Philip Lou is in right field, and Willie Mays in center field. Sanford ready. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Right down the middle with a fastball. Kubek was taking all the way on this one. A ball 2 and a strike 1 count. Sanford has been behind on a lot of batters, 2-0, but then right back with the next one. Here's the pitch. Strike 2 again. He threaded the needle on the outside corner with a fastball. It's 2-2 to Kubek. That has been Sanford's strong pitch all day. The fastball just getting the corner when he was behind the batters. So he's even the count to Kubek. Tony waiting. Here it is. A swing and a miss. He struck him out on a curveball. Tony Kubek goes down swinging. 1 away, and the batter will be Bobby Richardson. Strikeout number 3 for Sanford. Richardson has bounced to the shortstop, both times to the plate. The last time he was out on a good play by Pagan. Sanford delivers outside, a curve breaking down and away. 1 ball, no strikes. Bobby, a little right-handed batter. Keeps that third baseman right in on top of him. He's a good bunter, a good base runner. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings and sends a fly ball to center field. Mays going back, waiting. He's got it. There's 2 out. Bobby Richardson out on a fly ball to Willie Mays in center field. That's 2 down, and the batter will be Tom Tresh. Tommy's had a perfect afternoon so far. He walked in the first inning, and he singled in the 4th. He got the first hit off Sanford, a pop fly bunt that fell off the glove of Jack behind the mound. Here's the pitch. Outside corner with a strike. Charlie Berry going up with the right hand. 1 strike to Tresh. 2 outs with no one on. We're in the 6th inning, a 1-0 ball game. The Giants in front. The pitch to Tresh. He swings and misses. Tommy was trying to hit that one down the left field line with Davenport playing in close. 2 strikes.
He's been using a pretty set pattern, Sanford has, that fastball outside and then really snapping off the curveball, breaking it down and into the left-hand hitter, trying to tie him up, using the back kneecap for the target as far as the curveball is concerned. He's had real good control of both pitches.
Jack looking in to get the sign. Here's the 2-strike pitch. Outside and low. Fastball down and away. 1-2 to Tresh. Jack has walked 2 batters. He's been behind a lot of batters, but he's been amazing with the 2-0 pitches today. Goes into the windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside with this one. 2-2 to Tresh.
That's about as far as he wants to go. He hasn't thrown him the curveball yet. He was able to get long on a strikeout with the curveball. He got Kubek in this inning with a curveball. So far, he has just gone to 2 fastballs when he got way ahead of Tresh.
Well, we're ready for the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a miss. A curveball. He struck him out. The ball was in the dirt. Howler has to throw down to first to McCovey to retire Tresh. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of the first half, the 6th inning. The Giants won, the Yankees nothing.
Isn't that a new Chrysler?
You're right.
That is a beautiful car.
Chrysler Newport, the crisp new custom look of Chrysler 63. Crisp and clean in its sweeping lines, in its long, low hood, in its smooth, unbroken surfaces. The large rear window has the custom look of a limousine. The interiors have the same feel of quality. Fabrics are made of 100% nylon warp. Vinyls are saddle grain. It's hard to believe that all the luxury in the Chrysler Newport is only a step above the low-price feel. Take the big, beautiful step ahead at your Chrysler dealers now. Get the crisp new custom look of Chrysler 63, a product of Chrysler Corporation.
Where quality is engineered into every car.
It's the bottom of the 6th inning here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco. The Giants are out in front of the Yankees by a score of 1-0. The lone run in this ball game coming back in the very first inning. Chuck Heller will lead it off for the Giants. He'll be followed by Philippe Alou and then Matty Alou. The Yankees have no runs on 2 hits. They have no errors. And the Giants have 1 run on 1 hit and no errors. That 1 hit was a double from Chuck Heller leading off in the very first inning. And on the double, Maris had the ball in his glove, a sensational shoestring catch. But in trying to hold his balance, he knocked it out. It rolled away, and Heller raced into second with a double. Chuck, a left-handed batter. Threw a walk on his last trip. Terry delivers. There's a ground ball down the first baseline. Long has it on the big hop, flips to Terry, and plenty of time to get Heller. That's 1 away, and the batter will be Philippe Alou. Alou sacrificed in the first inning. In the 3rd inning, he fouled to the third baseman. So he's 0 for 1 in this game officially. Right-handed batter. Yankees shift around to left field. Ralph Terry delivers a curve. It's lined in the left center field. Mantle racing over to cut it off. Alou is on his way to second, but he's going to hold up and go back as Mantle comes in with a strong throw. Alou went about halfway down to second and made the turn and raced back.
Real fine defensive play by Mickey Mantle, keeping Philippe Alou at first base to keep the double play in order. Philippe Alou can really run. It looked like extra bases for him, but Mantle cutting over. A fine play. These are the overlooked plays as far as defensive ability, as the great knack of the outfielder to cut that ball off to keep the double play in order.
There's Matty Alou. He's 0 for 2 in the game. He hits a high fly ball into right center field. Mickey Mantle is cruising over, camps under it. He's got it, and there's 2 outs. Matty Alou swinging on the first pitch. Goes out on a fly to Mickey Mantle. That's 2 down, and the batter is Willie Mays, and you can hear the reaction of this crowd. Willie struck struck out in the first inning. In the fourth inning, he popped to the second baseman. Batting with a runner at first base, 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the sixth inning. Here's the pitch. He swings and fouls it back. 1 strike to Mays. The Giants lead 1-0. They picked up a run in the first inning. The hits are all even at 2 apiece. Yogi taking a little time behind the plate. Kicks the dirt away. Says something to Willie Mays before getting back. Terry gets set. Here's the pitch. Ball. It's down low. A curve breaking down and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hiller started this inning with a ground ball to the first baseman. Philip Alou, then lined a single in the left center field. Matty Alou sent a fly ball to Mantle in right center. Now it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Willie Mays. Willie right down on the end of the bat, waiting on Ralph Terry. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There goes the runner. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. Kubek has it to throw to first. He's out. Willie Mays goes out short to first. No runs on 1 hit to no errors. 1 man left. And the score at the end of 6, the Giants 1, the Yankees nothing.
Have you heard about the automobile industry's first 5-year or 50,000-mile warranty?
5 years? 50,000 miles?
That's right. It's the warranty now offered on 1963 Chrysler Corporation cars.
What does it cover?
It covers the powertrain of your car, the expensive parts to repair or replace.
Sounds terrific.
It's the most significant warranty ever offered on an automobile. Your dealer will be glad to explain his new warranty, another first from Chrysler Corporation. Stay tuned for details later in this game.
Well, let's pause here. 30 seconds for station identification.
WGY Schenectady. It's amazing how a Major League team can snap back fast when it's down. When you're feeling down, you too can snap right back with a cold, sparkling refresher. Saratoga Vichy. Instant pick-me-up tang, so tantalizing it's delicious all by itself. And Saratoga's naturally livelier, spring fresh flavor adds zip, life, and sparkle to every mixed drink. So for that finger-snapping, toe-tapping taste and feeling, be sure it's Saratoga Vichy with the yellow label.
Mickey has just asked plate umpire Charlie Berry to have a look at the baseball. Charlie looked it over and said it was okay. And we're ready to go. Mantle popped to the shortstop in the first inning. In the fourth inning, he fouled to the third baseman.
Sanford has had Mantle reaching for the fastball outside, and Mickey has been going out to get it, and he's been popping it up.
Oh, we'll see if he continues to pitch him that way, Joe. Here's the first pitch. Fastball in tight. 1 ball or no strikes. That could have been a decoy just to push him back and then go outside again.
There's always 2 schools of thought. One of them, you keep pitching until a fellow proves to you that he can hit it. The other way is to think that he's looking for that particular pitch and go opposite.
Sanford looking at it. He starts his wind-up and then he stops. Jack has been using a lot of delaying tactics on the batter today to keep him waiting. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Inside again. He pushed him back once more with a fastball. A ball, 2, and a no-strike count. Three left-handed batters in a row to face Sanford here in the 7th inning. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Mickey swings and hits a bouncer to first base. McCovey has it. Here's a flip to Sanford. He's out. Mickey Mantle slammed a ground ball to Willie McCovey at first base. Jack Sanford raced over to take it in front of Mantle. I'll bring up Roger Maris. Roger drew a walk in the 2nd inning. In the 4th inning, he fouled to the catcher. And once again, the shift goes on for Maris as Pagan moves over on the second base side of the infield, along with Hiller and McCovey. It would be almost impossible to hit a ground ball between McCovey and the first baseline. It's only a step or so off the line and deep at first base. Here's the pitch. Strike, he got the corner. Fastball over the outside part of the plate. 1 strike to Roger. Sanford into the windup. Here's the pitch. A ground ball hit to the second baseman. Miller has it. The flip to McCovey. He's out. Roger Maris goes out. Second to first. That's 2 down. And the batter will be Yogi Berra. Yogi bounced into a double play in the second inning. In the 5th inning, he was out on a short fly ball to left field. Batting now with 2 outs, no one on here in the top of the 7th. Giants 1, the Yankees nothing. Sanford gets ready. Here's the first pitch. A swing and a miss. 1 strike to Berra.
Of course, Sanford and Haller both know that all these Yankee hitters going up there with one thing in mind. That's to try to tie it up with 1 swing. And sometimes that works as a big advantage for you when you know what they're up there trying to do.
Here's the 1 strike pitch. Outside, trying to catch the corner. He missed with this one. 1-1 to Yogi. Each team with 2 hits, as these 2 pitchers have been great here this afternoon. Yogi Berra waiting. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jack Sanford delivers outside. Yogi checked his swing. Ball 2 and strike 1.
Is Yogi like Roberto Clemente in the National League? When you try to use a pitch to set up another one or waste it, you may be in trouble because they'll just go out and rack it up for you. Because the strike zone, as far as they're concerned, is any ball thrown by the pitcher that stays in the park.
It's a ball 2 and a strike 1 count to the Yogi man. Sanford into the windup. Here it is. He swings and misses. A fastball in around the knees. Leaving the count at 2-2 to Berra. Jack gets ready. Here's the pitch. This one in the dirt. Scoots by the catcher all the way back to the screen. So it's 3-2 to Berra.
See, he was intent on bouncing that ball up there because, just to repeat, sometimes you try to waste a pitch, waste it to the extent you get it out of the strike zone, hoping it'll help your next delivery. But fellas like a Clemente or a Berra, they'll widen the strike zone and won't let you waste it. You find that when you get 2 strikes on them, you're the guy that's in a hole.
Here's a 3-2 pitch to Yogi. Ball, it's up high, he walked him. Berra draws a base on balls. Sanford got the fastball around the bill of his cap. Walk number 3 given up by Jack. It's a runner at first base with 2 men out. And the batter will be Dale Long, the first baseman. Dale struck out in the 2nd inning. In the 5th inning, he fouled to the catcher. Tom Haller made a fine play on his foul fly near the Yankee dugout. Big, tall, left-handed batter. Sanford checks his runner. Here's the pitch. Ball up high. 1 ball and no strikes. We're getting some action in the bullpen for the Yankees. Jim Coates, tall right-hander, getting up. And Bud Daly, a left-hander, getting up to do some throwing. 1 ball and no strikes to Long. Sanford ready. The pitch. Outside. A ball 2 and a no-strike count. Sanford is trying to keep the fastball on the outside part of the plate away from these big left-handed batters, protecting a 1-run lead here in Candlestick Park. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Strike. He caught the corner with this one. A ball 2 and a strike 1 count.
He's not giving in to him. He's still in the outside corner. When you get ahead of that pitcher, 2 balls, no strikes, or 3-1 or 3-0, you can say to yourself, I want a particular pitch in a particular spot. It's not only looking for a fastball. You can say to yourself, I want that low inside fastball. And all that was a strike. Long didn't think it was inside enough.
Here's the pitch. Outside. This one just off the corner, so it's 3-1 to Long. Dale is checking with Crossetti to see if the hit sign is on.
You come down that 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th inning, and you get to that game situation, and here it is where your pitcher has to make the pitch. It's a challenge right now because a one-run lead, it's on at first base, and it's a 3-1 count. It's Sanford against Long.
Jack gets set. Here's the 3-1 pitch. He swings and pops it up behind the plate. Haller is coming back. He's got the room on it, and he makes the catch. Dale Long fouls to the catcher. No runs, no hits, no errors, one man left, and the score at the end of the first half of the 7th inning, the Giants won, the Yankees nothing.
Here are the details on the new 5-year or 50,000-mile warranty on 1963 Chrysler Corporation cars. Your authorized Chrysler Motors Corporation dealer's warranty against defects in material and workmanship covers the powertrain. This means that Chrysler will replace or repair for 5 years or 50,000 miles, whichever comes first, all these important parts. The engine block, head, and internal parts. The transmission case and internal parts, excluding the manual clutch. The torque converter, the drive shaft, the universal joints, excluding dust covers. The rear axle and differential, and rear wheel bearings, provided the car has been serviced at reasonable intervals according to Chrysler's certified car care schedules. Factory-approved remanufactured parts may be used for replacement. As you know, these are the expensive parts to repair or replace, and the warranty has a certificate for change of ownership. See your authorized Chrysler Corporation dealer and ask about his new 5-year or 50,000-mile warranty. Another first from Chrysler Corporation.
Well, it's the bottom of the 7th inning. The Giants are out in front of the Yankees by a score of 1-0. Willie McCovey will lead it off for San Francisco in the 7th inning. He'll be followed by Tom Haller and then Jim Davenport. Action continues in the Yankee bullpen. Ralph Terry is scheduled to be the second batter in the 8th inning, and more than likely we'll have a pinch batter for him. So Ralph Houck is getting a couple of pitchers loosened up in the bullpen. There's McCovey. Bounced to the first baseman in the 2nd inning. Struck out in the 4th. Each team with 2 hits, but the only run of the ball game coming in the 1st inning for the Giants. The pitch to McCovey is a slow curve, and he swings and misses. 1 strike. Johnny Blanchard has left the Yankee bullpen, moving to the dugout, and more than likely he'll be a pinch batter in the 8th inning. It's a 1-strike count to McCovey. Terry ready. The pitch, fastball, he fouls it back. Almost into our radio booth. A strike 2 count to Willie. We're located almost directly behind home plate, a little bit off to the left on the third base side. Ralph Terry with a new baseball, rubbing it up. Willie McCovey standing in. Big fella right down on the end of the bat. Terry gets ready. 2-strike pitch. There's a long bat. Ball into deep right field. The only doubt about it at all as to whether it was a fair or foul.
George, when that fella hits him, they come back with snow on him. You can get signals from him.
Here's the catcher, Tom Haller. Terry delivers. Ball. It's outside. 1 ball to strike.
You ever seen a guy hit a ball so hard, so easy?
That one went a mile, Joe. I lost it in orbit at one time.
You hear it now. Listen. Beep, beep, beep.
There's a 1-0 pitch. A ground ball that's foul off to the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. The Giants are in front by a score of 2-0. Well, the crowd is still buzzing from this long home run off the bat of Willie McCovey. Boy, he hit it a mile. The pitch to Haller. He swings and misses. He got the fastball by him. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That was hit number 3 for the Giants. The Yankees have picked up 2. Well, the Giant fans want more, as you can hear the rhythmic applause as they're cheering their heroes on here at Candlestick Park. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Slow curve hit on the ground. That is fair. Hit the bag at first base. There's going to be no play made. Dale Long was all set to field the ball. It hit the bag, bounded off to the right, and Haller has an infield single. The ball was not hit hard. Dale Long, a couple of steps behind the bag, was all set to pick it up. Step on the bag, it hit first base, bounded to the right. By the time Dale ran it down, too late to get Haller.
Yogi out talking to Ralph Terry with Davenport up there. Davenport can handle that bat, so he gives Alvin Dark an option as far as bunting or whether he just wants to play a straight hit and run and stay away from the double play to get Pagan up there.
There's Jim Davenport stepping in. He's lined to second base and struck out in 2 trips. A runner at first base with no one out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. The Giants in front, 2-0. Terry delivers. Ball down low. Davenport squared around. He was ready to bunt. 1 ball, no strikes.
He can handle that bat, and he's taking a real good look at Whitey Lockman, who's going through the signs. Dale Long talking to Ralph Terry. Long really charging hard from first base. Haller, not a fast runner, but able to get an exceptionally big jump because Long is breaking in quickly, so you can expect something.
There's a quick throw to first base. Haller back in time.
I'm going to bet he's switching off, George.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. There he goes, a hit and run. The ball driven down the right field line. It is foul, curving back into the seats. Well, you hit it right on the head, Joe. The hit and run was on. Haller was moving, and Davenport, with good bat control, lined the ball down the right field line, curving back into the crowd. That'll be a ball and a strike.
He's got Long and Terry going over their signs again as far as a defensive alignment against Davenport. Davenport, Philippe Alou, Pagan, they give Alvin Dark a chance to maneuver, and Dark being that type of a ball player himself when he played, that you could bunt, hit and run and hit, anything. You can't take anything for granted.
Terry gets set. There's another throw to first base. Haller back in time. It's a 2-0 ball game. We're in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch. There he goes again. A ground ball down the third base line. It's foul this time. High hopper that would have been a lot of trouble for Boyer as it was hit high into the air.
A lot of times as a catcher, you ask your pitcher to throw over the first base, hoping that instinctively the hitter will make the move that'll tip the hand. If he's going to bunt, when he sees the pitcher throw to first base, his hand will slide up the bat handle. Terry threw over to first base a couple times, but Davenport gave no indication he would be bunting. Long laid back that time.
They're ready again. Here's the 1-2 pitch. He swings and hits a bouncer to shortstop. Kubek hobbles the ball, throws to second, he's safe. Kubek bobbled the ground ball in his anxiety to get the double play. Then he picked it up and threw late to Bobby Richardson, so everybody's safe. It'll be an error charged against Kubek. Runners at first and second with no one out, and the batter will be Jose Pagan. Jose flied to center field in the 3rd inning, and in the 5th inning he was hit by a pitch ball. This fella is a good base runner. Good bunter, so the Yankees will be shortening up here looking for the bunt.
He's not a bunt for that base hit, George. He's one of those guys that can go for the base hit in a spot like this with the bunt.
Both Long and Boyer are playing in close. Terry delivers. Here's the bunt down the third baseline. Boyer has it. It's a throw to first base. He's out. Pagan with a good bunt down the third baseline. Boyer flips it over to Bobby Richardson, who covered the bag. The runners move up. Tom Haller goes to third base, Davenport to second with one out, and the batter will be Jack Sanford.
Yogi, Terry, and Long out there talking. Keep in mind that Alvin Dark very sweet on the squeeze play. It was Sanford who squeezed the run home against Drysdale in the playoff game. Sanford has had his instructions from his manager. You can bet on that. And as he takes a look down at Whitey Lockman, he just wants kind of a confirmation, which tells him that Dark was able to get the message through to Whitey Lockman. But those Yankees, you can bet, will be expecting anything.
Jack Sanford standing in. Here's the first pitch. Ball, it's down low. 1 ball and no strikes. The Yankees are looking for the bunt. Both Long and Boyer came racing in as Terry delivered the first pitch. Sanford gave no indication he was going to bunt.
Terry's going to pitch off the stretch. Yogi asked for it.
1 ball, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Ball, he checked his swing in time. Yogi thought he had gone through it. He whirled to Charlie Berry. Charlie said nope, so it's a ball 2 and a no-strike count. It's a 2-0 ball game here in the 7th. The Giants out in front. They have runners at second and third with 1 out. Willie McCovey opened this inning with a long home run. Here's the pitch to Sanford. Strike, he got the fastball over. A ball 2 and a strike 1 count.
They've got Yogi in the jackpot to where he can't pitch out unless he's absolutely sure, but a lot of times when you have a pitcher up there, now Sanford has taken extra time getting the sign from Lockman. Now usually let him take at least 1 swing or take 1 strike before they put a play on. I bet that Yogi'd like to see the count 1-1 instead of 2-1 so he could pitch out. Something might be going right about here.
Terry getting set. Now he steps up, trying to see if the runners are going to commit themselves. As he stepped off, Sanford stepped out of the box. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He tries to bunt, he missed it, and they've got Howard trapped between home and third. Berra running him down. Here's the throw from Boyer now to the first baseman Long, who runs him back, and he is tagged out at third base. The squeeze play was on. Sanford missed the ball, and Yogi trapped Haller between third and home. He threw to Boyer. Boyer threw to Long, who was backing up Berra, and Dale Long ran him back to third. Threw the ball to Kubek, who put the tag on Haller.
George, being in the jackpot, 2 balls and 1 strike, Yogi couldn't pitch out, as we mentioned, but he went to the next best thing, which was the breaking ball, and Sanford missed it, and of course it breaks up the play. They let him take that 1 strike and then put the play on. If it doesn't work, you can see what happens for you.
So the Giants have a runner at second base with 2 outs, and it's a ball 2 and a strike 2 count to Jack Sanford. With 2 outs, the infield moving deep. Here's the pitch. There's a long drive. Harris up with the ball. Here's the throw to the plate. Going to be close. He is out at the plate. Roger Maris made a perfect throw into Yogi Berra. 1 hop, and he put the tag on the sliding Jimmy Davenport. So for the Giants in the 7th inning, 1 run, 2 hits, 1 error, 1 man left. And the score at the end of 7 full innings of play, the Giants 2 and the Yankees nothing.
Driver, what kind of a car is that ahead of us?
That's a 63 Chrysler 300.
Very impressive. The crisp new custom look of Chrysler 63, the exciting Chrysler 300. This car is exciting when it's standing still, with sweeping horizontal lines and clean integration of body and roof. There's even more excitement inside Chrysler 300. You'll feel it in the oval-shaped steering wheel that's color-keyed to match the interior. And you'll really feel excitement when the 300 starts to move. This car is a direct descendant of the famous sports model. It's the big, beautiful step ahead in performance. Try out this excitement at your dealers. Test drive Chrysler 300, the crisp new custom look of Chrysler 63, a product of Chrysler Corporation.
Where quality is engineered into every car.
Well, a great throw by Roger Maris in right field, cutting down Jimmy Davenport at the plate, preventing further scoring here in the 7th inning. But the Giants picked up a run. 1 run on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left. And they lead the Yankees by a score of 2-0 as we go into the 8th inning. Big round of applause for Sanford as he goes to the mound. Jack taking a little time. After his base hit, he went back to the dugout, and he just now getting out to the mound.
George, that throw that Maris uncorked is really a catcher's delight. It was a one-hopper, hit that grass, took off. Yogi had plenty of time to catch it, take the ball out of the glove, put it in the bare hand, use the glove for a decoy, and tag Davenport. Those are the kind you really like. Ed Bailey has had some tough throws to handle from the outfield as far as the Giants are concerned. I know he's come in for a little bit of criticism, which I kind of think is unfair because they've been short hop throws. Anytime you get short hop throws, they're really tough to handle because you got to hold your ground and make sure that you catch the ball first. And you're doing all this while there's a big thundering herd coming down and the person of any base runner. With a throw like Yogi had to handle, a nice one-hopper, that's the kind you like. You like to see those fellas come in, and you tag them oh so nicely.
I didn't know catchers tagged them oh so nicely. Nobody ever tagged me that way.
Well,
they slammed it into my back and put the shin guard into my other side of me or something and blocked the plate.
Well, we call that nicely.
Oh, I didn't understand. Well, it'll be Clete Boyer to lead off here in the 8th inning for the Yankees. Johnny Blanchard has moved into the on-deck circle. More than likely, he's going to bat for Terry and then Tony Kubek. Boyer's had 1 hit and 2 trips today. Flied to center field in the 3rd inning, single to left in the 5th inning. Sanford ready, and here's the first pitch. Strike, you got a fastball over around the knees. Marshall Bridges, a left-hander, and Bud Daly, a left-hander, throwing in the bullpen for the Yankees. We'll have a new pitcher in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the 1-strike pitch. A swing and a miss. He got the curveball by him, breaking down and away. Strike 2 to Boyer. Sanford working very slowly right now. He has a 2-0 lead. He doesn't want to make a mistake. The pitch to Clete. Outside. Slider off the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Well, tomorrow's an off day. We'll be traveling east. And the World Series will open in Yankee Stadium for the 3rd game on Sunday. Billy Pierce for the Giants. Bill Stafford will be the pitcher for the Yankees. Boyer swings and misses on a curveball. Strikeout number 5 for Jack Sanford in this ball game. There's 1 away, and Johnny Blanchard will come on to bat for Terry.
Terry seeking his first World Series win really has to leave in a tough spot. Georgie has pitched a tremendous ball game. When you hold a giant ball club as loaded with power as this one is and give up only 2 runs like he has, have to leave. It's one of those games where somebody has to win and somebody has to lose, but the best way you can put it, Terry pitched a tremendous ball game.
He has, Joe, and his mound opponent Sanford has pitched even a better ball game. Here's the pitch to Blanchard. Ball outside, 1 ball, no strikes. Jack has been a tough man today. He's given up 2 hits. Single to Tresh in the 4th inning on a pop fly bunt and a line single to left by Boyer. That was back in the 5th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike, he comes to corner with this one. 1-1 to Johnny Blanchard. Johnny, a left-handed batter. This fellow has been a pinch hitter deluxe for the Yankees. Had a big home run pinch hitting in the World Series last year against Cincinnati. Home run that tied the score in the 8th inning. The Yankees won it in the 9th on a homer by Maris. Sanford taking a little time as he looks in. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A swing and a miss. Fastball around the knees. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're in the top of the 8th inning. There's 1 out with no one on. The Giants in front of the Yankees by a score of 2-0. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Johnny Blanchard. Sanford gets ready. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. He struck him out. Blanchard goes down swinging. Strikeout number 6 for Jack Sanford. And the batter will be Tony Kubek. Tony has bounced to second, flied to center, and struck out in 3 trips.
Sanford said before the ball game, Joe, that he was going to go as far as he could, as hard as he could, and he's going mighty strong here in the 8th inning. The pitch to Tony Kubek. Down low. 1 ball, no strikes.
Still appears to have real good stuff, too, George. Haven't been many balls hit to that outfield.
Bud Daly has taken his seat in the bullpen. Marshall Bridges continues to throw. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike, a fastball in around the knee. 1-1 to Kubek. Tony batting with 2 outs and no one on here in the top of the 8th. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A ground ball hit slowly towards second base. Hiller racing in. Here's the throw. He is out at first base. Tony Kubek goes out second to first on a close play. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left. And the score at the end of the first half of the 8th inning, the Giants 2 and the Yankees nothing.
Now, there's a car I'd like to own.
A 63 Chrysler?
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame you.
The crisp new custom look of Chrysler 63. You'll see it in the big, full-size Chrysler Newport. It's a car to be proud of. A big, beautiful step ahead. There are no junior editions. Chrysler is only big, only luxurious. 18 options are available for interior trim. And it's easy to get in and enjoy that luxury with assist handles, squared-off big rear doors, lots of legroom. All this elegance and size is just a step above the low-priced feel. Let your dealer show you the crisp new custom look of Chrysler 63, a product of Chrysler Corporation.
Where quality is engineered into every car.
That's the bottom of the 8th inning. The Giants out in front by a score of 2-0. Chuck Hiller, the second baseman, will be the leadoff man. He'll be followed by Philippe Alou and then Matty Alou. And a new pitcher coming on for the Yankees here in the bottom of the 8th inning. It's a left-hander, Bud Daly. Bud won 7 and lost 5 during the regular season. Appeared in 43 ball games. So Daly has reached the mound and started his warm-up tosses. And the Yankees have made their first pitching change in this 1962 World Series.
Daly won't overpower you with this stuff. He has that big, wide-breaking curveball, another one of these change-of-speed pitchers, and he throws a knuckleball.
Chuck Hiller, left-handed hitting second baseman, steps in to lead it off. He's had a double in 2 official trips. He doubled and scored a run in the first inning, walked in the third, and bounced to the first baseman in the 6th inning. Daly ready, and here's the first pitch. A curveball, it's in there. 1 strike. The Giants got 1 run in the first on a double, a sacrifice, and a ground ball. They picked up another in the 7th on a home run by Willie McCovey. There's another curve. It's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Daly throwing that big, slow curveball. This Hiller's got a flit gun up there. He can spray that ball all over, and he'll be trying to punch that ball in the opposite field.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. A curve. He swings and misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The big roundhouse curveball. As Joe told you, he'll flip a lot of them up there.
That's the kind of pop your shoestrings, George.
Daly into the windup. Here's the 1-2 pitch. A curve, he pops it up outside of third. Boy, you're racing over. He's there. He's got it. Chuck Hiller fouls to the third baseman, Fleet Boyer. That'll bring up Philippe Alou, the right fielder. Alou is 1 for 2 officially. Sacrificed in the first inning. Foul to the third baseman in the third. And he singled into left center field in the 6th inning. Marshall Bridges and Jim Coates are throwing in the bullpen for New York down the right field line. Here's the pitch to Alou. Curve, it's inside. It gets by the catcher and goes all the way back. 1 ball and no strikes. Philip Alou, a strong right-handed batter. Batting with 1 out, no one on. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. The Giants 2 and the Yankees nothing. Giants trying to get even in this 1962 World Series. Yankees won yesterday behind Whitey Ford, 6-2. Here's the pitch. Alou takes it outside. Ball 2 and no strikes. Daly, a slow worker, takes a lot of time between pitches as he looks in. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Curveball outside. Ball 3 and no strikes.
Fellow like Bud Daly or Stu Miller in this ballpark have to really use Kentucky windage. They throw that ball up there. They better kind of gauge that wind a little bit.
Daly wanted a new baseball. He tossed that one into Berra. Charlie Berry made the exchange. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Upside. Philip Alou draws a walk. Put a runner at first base with 1 out. And the batter will be Matty Alou, the left fielder. And he's a left-handed batter. Matty drove in the first run of the game in the first inning when he drilled a ground ball to the second baseman with a runner at third base and 1 out. He bounced to first base in the 4th and flied to center field in the 6th inning. Daly delivers. There's a curve and it's in there. 1 strike. The Yankees are looking for the bunt. Boyer came racing in on that pitch. They figured that Alou, a left-handed batter, might be bunting the runner down to second to give Willie Mays a chance to drive him in.
You'd really have to check your scorecard then, George. If they'd get him down to second base, they'd put Mays on. It'd be Daly against McCovey or Cepeda, so you'd be jumping 2 hitters down. Kind of surprised to see Boyer in looking for the bunt.
Daly taking a little time, goes to the rosin bag. He's got a runner at first base with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Curveball. He pops it foul behind the plate. This one coming back into the crowd. A strike 2 count. Matty Alou, a left-handed batter, standing in against the left-hander, Bud Daly. Chuck Hiller, the first batter in this inning, fouled to the third baseman. Felix Alou walked on 4 straight pitches. Now Matty Alou, the batter, with a strike 2 count. A 2-0 ball game. The Giants in front. Here's the pitch. Fly ball hit down the right field line. This one is curving foul back into the crowd. Roger Maris racing over to the seats, but this one some 5 or 6 rows back in. Still strike 2. I believe Alou broke his bat on that one. Goes back to the dugout to get a new one.
When they break down the basics of pitching, they say that pitching is keeping the hitter off stride, and that Daly does a pretty good job of that. I tell you, he looks like the guy at the carnival, a little dart thrower, a little bit here, a little bit there, puts a little on, takes a little bit off, curveball. He's had Alou way out in front.
Well, Matty gets a new bat and gets back in. Little left-handed batter. He's right down on the end of the bat. Daly gets set. Here's the pitch. Fastball outside, just off the corner. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Daly is keeping an eye on Alou at first base. Felix a fast base runner, and Daly wants to give Yogi a chance to cut him down if he starts for second. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Daly checks his sign. Here's the pitch. Way up high, gets away from Berra, but no chance for Alou to move up. Yogi reached up, knocked it down, then he grabbed it with his bare hand.
A real good play by Yogi, George. The way he's been pitching him outside, and this one looked like a little bit almost behind him. Yogi with quick hands.
That's a ball 2 and a strike 2 count. Daly taking a lot of time right now. He gets off the rubber again, goes to the rosin bag before he gets back on. Matty Alou standing in, waiting.
There's a quick throw to first base. Daly back in time. Daly keeping a close eye on the base runner at first base. Ready to go. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Curveball. He lines it foul down the right field line. This one back in the crowd. Still 2-2. Daly hung the curveball once again. This one high and inside. Lou getting out in front. The Giants have 2 runs on 5 hits and no errors. The Yankees have no runs on 2 hits and they've committed 1 error. The error did not contribute to the scoring in this ball game. Here's the pitch. He bunts down the third baseline. Boyer with a quick throw to first. It's up high. With 2 strikes on him, Matty Alou bunted down the third baseline. He bunted the ball hard. Boyer raced in, grabbed it, made a quick off-balance throw to first base. It was too high, and it'll be an infield single for Matty Alou.
With 9 out of 10 pitches from Daly being that slow curveball, Matty Alou gambled that it would be the slow curveball, and he knew he wouldn't have to come up with the perfect bunt. He gambled and won, and he has just set up a pretty good size inning here for these Giants. They got the middle of the lineup coming up.
Runners at first and second with 1 out, and the batter is Willie Mays. Willie's 0 for 3 today. Here's the pitch. Way outside with a knuckleball. 1 ball, no strikes. The Yankees are deep on the infield. They're looking for something on the ground they can turn into a double play. Willie Alou at second base. Matty Alou at first base. 1 out in the 8th inning. The Giants 2 and the Yankees nothing. Daly gets set. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Strike. He got a slow curveball over.
You can bet that play by Alou was one that he put on himself. Really won't be positive until you talk to manager Dark, but after fouling off 8 or 9 pitches, he had Boyer way wide of the bag, and he gambled, and it's a big gamble play, and it's paid off for him.
Willie Mays, the batter, with a ball and a strike. 2 on, 1 out in the 8th. Daly gets set. There's a quick throw to second. Nope, he held the ball. He whirled and made a fake throw down to second. Richardson coming over behind Alou, but no chance to get him, so Daly just holds the ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Daly delivers. Here's a fly ball. Mantle going back. He's deep center, makes the catch. Alou tags up, moves to third. Matty going to second, slides in safely. Willie Mays hit the ball some 400 feet away in the straightaway center field. Mickey Mantle going back to make the catch. Philip Alou moved to third base, and Matty Alou down to second with 2 outs. And the batter will be Willie McCovey. McCovey's had 1 hit today. That was a home run in the 7th inning. Big round of applause for Willie as he steps in. Runners at second and third with 2 outs. Daly into the windup. The pitch, a curve outside. McCovey checked his swing. 1 ball, no strike. The Giants lead 2-0.
Daly didn't give Philippe Alou much of a look at third base.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. A curveball hit on the ground. Richardson, a good play. Here's a throw to first. He's out. Bobby Richardson made a great play as he went to his left. One-handed pickup, flipped it over to Dale Long. No runs on 1 hit. There were no errors. 2 men left, and the score at the end of 8. The Giants 2 and the Yankees nothing.
What is that?
That's a new Imperial.
Beautiful.
Is yours a fine car home? Then you'll want to look at Imperial for 1963. It's America's biggest, roomiest fine car, with true 3-passenger comfort in the front seat, greatly increased head and leg room. Imperial 63, America's most carefully built automobile. This is Chrysler design and styling at their most gracious, most lavish. Imperial, the car for the man who puts fineness before everything. Its interiors are available in 21 different combinations, including genuine leather. A fine car? Your dealer invites you to drive the finest in the land, Imperial, a product of Chrysler Corporation.
Where quality is engineered into every car.
Let's pause 30 seconds here for station identification.
It takes a special something extra to be a major league ball player, or anything else that rates as the very best. Take Saratoga Vichy, for instance. Saratoga's naturally good, naturally lively, spring fresh flavor adds that extra snap and extra sparkle to every drink. In fact, Saratoga Vichy has such extra tantalizing flavor, it's delicious all by itself. Next time you get that great big thirst, enjoy the extra satisfaction you get only from Saratoga Vichy with the yellow label. WGY Schenectady.
Well, it's the top of the ninth inning here at Candlestick Park in San Francisco, and the Giants are out in front of the Yankees by a score of 2-0. Bobby Richardson will lead off for New York. He'll be followed by Tom Tresh and then Mickey Mantle. Bobby looking for his first hit today. Bounced to the shortstop twice and flied to center field. Jack Sanford has gone all the way for the Giants. Here's the pitch to Bobby. Strike, a fastball right in there. Richardson was taking all the way, trying to work his way on to get the tying run up to the plate. A one-strike count. Sanford into the windup. Here's the pitch. A ground ball back to the mound. Jack has it on one hop, throws to first in plenty of time. Bobby Richardson goes out, pitcher to the first baseman. That's one away, and the batter will be Tom Tresh. Tommy walked in the first inning, singled in the fourth, and struck out in the sixth inning. He's 1 for 2. Sanford will be trying to keep Tresh off of there. Mantle and Maris following, each representing the tying run. Here's the pitch. It's up high. 1 ball, no strikes. A 2-0 ball game in the top of the ninth inning. Sanford has given up but 2 hits. One a bunt single, one a line single to left field. Here's the 1-0 pitch. He swings and hits a bouncer to second. Miller has it to go to first. He's out. Tommy Tresh goes out second to third. That's 2 down. It'll leave it up to Mickey Mantle. Mickey is looking for his first hit in the World Series. He has popped to the shortstop, fouled to third, and bounced to the first baseman today. Tom Haller, the catcher, goes out to the mound for a short conversation with Sanford. We're in the top of the ninth inning. There's 2 outs with no one on.
Sure, George, that Haller was just reminding Sanford he's got a 2-run lead. Mantle will be trying to get on, and Mantle, of course, can bunt that ball. They need a base runner. And the last thing you want to impress on your pitcher's mind is to make him hit his way on. You don't want to walk him on to get that tying run up there.
Mantle in the box steps out for a moment. Little war of nerves going on right now between Sanford and Mantle. Mickey steps in. We're ready to go. Jack gets ready. Here's the pitch. Strike. He got a fastball over it. Mickey Mantle stepped back. Charlie Berry went up for the right hand, and Mickey whirled and said something to Berry. Might have thought the pitch was inside. A 1-strike count. Sanford taking the long look in. Here's the pitch. Ball. It's outside. 1-1 to the Mick. Well, both the Giants and the Yankees will be flying out of here right after this ball game, back to New York, where the World Series will resume on Sunday at Yankee Stadium. Sanford gets ready. Here's the 1-1 pitch. He swings a long belt into deep right center field. It's well hit. It is off the fence. Mantle on his way to second. He'll go in with a double. A line drive off the fence in deep right center field. And Mantle is at second base. So with a runner at second and 2 outs. Roger Maris steps in, representing the tying run for the Yankees. That's the first base runner at second base for the Yankees since the 4th inning, when Tom Tresh had a bunt single and stole second. Sanford gets set. The pitch to Maris. A ground ball hit hard into second base. Hiller has it to start a first. Chuck Hiller made a fine play as he raced to his right, made a backhand pickup, and flipped it over to McCovey in time to get Roger Maris. In the 9th inning, no runs on 1 hit. No errors, 1 man left, and the final score of this ball game, the Giants 2, the Yankees nothing. In one moment, we'll be back to review the highlights of this game for you.
Here are more details on the new warranty described earlier in this game. The new 5-year or 50,000-mile warranty on 1963 Chrysler Corporation cars. This is the most important warranty ever offered on an automobile. It covers the powertrain, the workhorse of your car, the expensive parts to repair or replace. And the warranty is transferable if you sell the car. See your dealer for full details on the industry's first 5-year or 50,000-mile warranty from Chrysler Corporation.
Well, Jack Sanford pitched a dandy here today as the Giants evened it up, winning 2-0, and here's Joe Garagiola with all the highlights.
Well, the highlights as far as the scoring was concerned, the little sacrifice bunt by Felipe Alou proved to be enough as far as Jack Sanford was concerned, who came up with the shutout. The way the scoring went, Hiller hit a ball in the very first inning down the right field line. Roger Maris, a tremendous effort, came up with the ball, had the ball in his glove, but it looked like the momentum carrying him beyond the right field foul line. He dropped the ball, and it was a 2-base hit for Chuck Hiller. Alou then making sure that he would get the ball to the right side, willing to take the out for the base, bunted the ball to make sure he got it over there, bunted it to Dale Long, who stepped on first for the unassisted put out, and Hiller took third. And then Matty Alou bounced out from Richardson to Long, and that was 1 run. The other Giant run was a tremendous blast by Willie McCovey, who was in the lineup replacing Orlando Cepeda, and that came in the 7th inning. That was a scoring for the Giants. Jack Sanford, the shutout winner, and the tough luck loser was Ralph Terry. Terry, who is still seeking his first World Series win, pitched a fine ball game, had to leave the ball game in the 7th inning, replaced by Bud Daly. But Jack Sanford just outpitched him. Sanford, only 4 balls to the outfield. 3 to Willie Mays, and 1 to Matty Alou in left field. To go by the strength of Sanford's pitching, only 2 men reached the second base. That was Mickey Mantle in the 9th inning and Tom Tresh back in the 4th inning when he stole. Some defensive plays. Roger Maris, a fine throw to get Davenport on the Sanford base hit. Seemed like that was going to be a play to pick these Giants up after a squeeze play didn't work out for him. Sanford hit the ball to right field, but Maris with a perfect throw able to get the base runner Davenport. So Jack Sanford, who has been a tough pitcher for these Giants, and as far as complete games go, during the regular season he had 13 of them. He had 2 shutouts, and he has never pitched a bigger shutout in his life, George, than he pitched here this afternoon as they beat the New York Yankees by the score of 2-0. So it'll be on to New York now, and it'll be Bill Pierce for the San Francisco Giants and Bill Stafford, the pitcher for the Yankees. This broadcast is authorized under broadcasting rights granted by the Commissioner of Baseball solely for the entertainment of our listening audience, and any publication, rebroadcast, or other use of the descriptions and accounts of this game without the express consent of the Commissioner is prohibited. Our NBC engineer this afternoon was Don Hall. The NBC producer was Hal Ashby. And that wraps up the second 1962 World Series game. But be with us again, 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for the 3rd game of the World Series, when your host, as today, again will be the Chrysler Corporation, where quality is engineered into every car, and the Gillette Safety Razor Company, world leader in shaving.